So to do that, mix it on.
So, gentlemen, I have a business proposal. If the Leonin are planning on going to war, they'll undoubtedly need food. And if you guys remember our trek through the swamp, it really sucked not having something to eat. I was thinking that we might be able to use the resources of the Thassa, fish, in combination with my ability to transmorph metal into cans and create canned food, which you could then sell and make a tidy profit. Tin doesn't cost very much. A block of it would make 200 cans or so of whatever food we decided to can, for lack of a better word. And yeah, we could do water, we could do fish, we could do chili, all sorts of stuff.
Canned food, you say? Doesn't sound like it would take off very well. I don't know.
Well,
you could give it a try. You could take it. It doesn't sound like very profitable venture, but give it a try. I'd give it a try.
I hand you a
That
small,
sounds like an interesting idea.
It's kind of looks like a small hockey puck, and for all intents and purposes, it's about the size of your hand for whatnot. That's got like a small ring on the top, and he reaches down, like pulls the ring, and like opens it up. Inside is the remainder of whatever meal we happened to have had the last time that we were around, and kind of shows it to you.
Interesting.
Try and go.
So you don't have to hunt the food. It's in a can.
Precisely.
Yes,
So,
but what exactly would be the production cost, and how easy would this thing be to mass produce?
well, I looked up the cost of tin and the cost of fish. It would seem that if we were to get the best fish that's available, it would cost approximately 3 silver pieces per serving. If we were to just get some crappy stuff, it'd only be a copper. So you could really put whatever you wanted into it. The tin itself, well, that's just metal, so it's not really hard to come by. I'm fairly sure you could get its weight in gold, if nothing else. It's probably cheaper. But seeing as you guys are the merchants, I'd look to you for those supplies.
I like that idea. Well, absolutely.
And a place to store them. I'd be
Oh,
willing to
that's
offer the
oh,
labor.
that's no problem. You can store it back at the warehouse. You can stare it at the warehouse.
It would save time.
I will absolutely, if you don't mind, absolutely would love that. Wouldn't mind bringing you on. Wouldn't mind partnering with you to explore this idea of yours. Wouldn't buy your patent just yet. I'm not comfortable buying that idea of you just yet. I want to see.
Oh no, I was simply looking for your distributor. That would be where you fall.
Yes,
Does,
absolutely. I'll be glad to be your distributor. Yeah, this associate would gladly like to have more ideas to see what sticks.
Does Doth happen to have like a piece of metal that maybe you could show for an example of you like crafting it in any way? Does he have like an extra piece of metal or anything?
Oh yeah, but you've seen me do it multiple times.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like what the can would look like, because it's a foreign idea to.
Yeah. That's what I was just told.
Labeling.
Oh,
This is
okay.
gonna cast my
Yeah.
illusion to just kind of do like what's like a prototype of what he thinks it would look like. Just
Yes,
trying to
yes.
like picture it, not completely familiar to this or really food in general.
It's really simple. He just grabs like the back end of his hammer, or even like the hammerhead, whatever. One of the days where I have a free one of uses of my channel divinity, just like melt the metal around it so it becomes a cylinder flowing over the top. Pull it up, stick it over some roast whatever meat we happen to have caught that day. Close it, and use my thumb to create like a little ring on the side of it. Etch around with like a fingernail or some sculpting tool, like kind of like a bevel around the edge so that it can be pulled open easily. And then there you go.
Fascinating idea. It would be very convenient as a man who's traveled long distances with very little resources to carry with him. That would
Well-
make things a whole lot easier.
If we were also able to purchase the components for the potion of healing that we learned the recipe to, we could possibly create potions of healing. The greater potion of healing could be split up into 3 different smaller potions of healing and sold individually. Not using the same method to ensure that on the battlefield they're not damaged or lost.
Now, I've got some idea of how to make potions. I'm relatively good with some herbalism. I'm relatively good at herbalism. Foraging out food supplies in the wilderness, you really gotta make sure you're not eating with poison. I've got a pretty good idea of how to make potions, but yes, if we can somehow find a way to mass produce potions, or at least streamline the process, that is an interesting idea. You gather the resources, find the people, and I will absolutely be your distributor.
What I'm hearing here is with your channel divinity, you have this ability to do this one at a time. You would have to have, without machinery, or industrialism, you'd have to have people with the same ability of yours, Doth, in mass requirement.
Well, technically, I could do it on a much larger scale. I just need some sort of a mold that would be a lot more effective. You just melt the metal into the mold, put the food onto it, or
if you can
have the mold created so that it goes into the food. It would be the best way to go, and just closes around it. That's it.
Okay, because you also have you need to have the materials in gold, right? You're gonna have to have for them to be working in.
Yes, I can help you. I can help you find materials, but as long as I get a prototype, as long as I'm able to see a prototype and receive one to really look at this, then I will absolutely, if I think this idea can truly stick, I will absolutely be your distributor. Get me a prototype and I will consider being your distributor. And we'll go from there.
Sounds good to me.
So are you aware that cans have a inner plastic layer, otherwise the food will taste like tin?
Don't really care about that part at this point. This is the
Well,
first iteration of the idea.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We're not gonna go
metal until we actually do
No,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm a food science major, so I know a lot about this. But I'm like Calix is, but there's so many problems with
This is a
this.
foreign concept.
Oh wow, that's funny that you have that knowledge, but you're like, oh, my character wouldn't know that. Like, I can't use any of it.
I'm kind of surprised. Rick's bringing it up in the first place. Like, I guess I'm sort of surprised this idea hasn't come up before in concept in the world. It's like, okay, canned food. How exactly do you bring up such a notion in game?
So,
like you just did.
it would also be possible to bottle liquids, such as, say, for example, beer.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking my business.
Fascinating. I know a couple of people who'd really like to have beer on the go. Fascinating.
I can't say that I've actually had that.
I'm gonna imagine this conversation is happening over that
wonderful idea.
that last night before we travel
Jackson.
into the last route into Mel's, because you're not quite there yet, but it's not very far away. It's still the early hours of the morning. We can almost actually imagine this is like you guys are rising very early, but the sun hasn't come up yet. Having this conversation. In addition to this conversation about canned goods and such, might I also, ask the party what are some of their other plans when they enter the city?
Jack's probably gonna. He's probably gonna ask the party, but he's definitely gonna go check up on the shop, his warehouse shop, the headquarters of the Atlas Association. He's got Mellitus.
Okay.
He did offer to stash the 2 important goods we've got, the RAM as well as the other thing in his warehouse.
I thought the RAM is back with Kashka
No, we had to
running.
bring it with us since we were worried about the RAM.
Got it.
We didn't exactly.
Oh, you did decide.
there.
I thought at first that she was okay. So the RAM did come with. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Jack's offered to stash the 2 important items we've got in his warehouse, in the Atlas Association warehouse shop.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other ideas or things on anyone's pressing that they would share with the party?
Really wants to meet Hulk Hercules and speak with him for just at least a minute. That's
Nice.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna check up on the shop, and then he'll go and find Hulk Hercules.
Okay.
We'll stop
Has
at the
that
shop.
package for him.
Yeah, resupply.
Sure.
Check up on the employees, see how everything's going, and then go look for whole Coakley's.
All right.
I think Atreus, he's he's relieved to be going back towards the coast, but he's also kind of looking over his shoulder after seeing that vision of the Triton in the lake water.
Yes.
Yeah, of some shady looking Trident behind him. Yeah, so Atreus is feeling a little paranoid. A little bit of good, a little bit of yeah.
Okay. And so,
I also would like to get a bath and a haircut.
bath and a haircut.
And then on a personal matter, go to a temple for what the heck's that god's name? I always think of like the Greek ones. These new ones are hard to remember. Perforos.
Perforos, yes. God of the
FSDs,
Forge.
yeah.
God of the Forge. All right.
Anyway, and introduce them to this new and wondrous metal that has been gifted to the Leonin by Iros. Was that the god, I believe?
At least that's where the tree, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there in the morning, you're packing all your gear, putting everything away. Doth is just showing you this wonderful can concept. You guys load up on your chariots. Now, I know we had a lot of talk about this, and even I still forget. Who's on the three chariots? How do you guys ride?
God, I forgot. I don't think I remember I rolled a very shitty survival roll to drive.
Or how are you driving? Who are you doing today? From what I remember, I thought it was. I probably should have watched the episode.
We were pulling the. We had a horse from your cart. You have my draft horse.
Yeah, we had Ted. Bill died.
Yeah, so we had two additional horses plus the chariots. I believe we were pulling the cart with one of the chariots,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had basically just tied up the other two horses to that chariot. So
Yeah, didn't we have 7 horses in total? The one horse we had initially,
Yeah.
plus the 6.
Well, who's
without
There's
the
two. That
chariot?
would make sense because there's 2 horses on every chariot, and then there's the one extra horse that's Ted, right? And then there's
Yeah.
and then I guess that'd be a 3 chariot, and then Horus, and then the wagon would be hauling on the back of one of those. So more importantly, just who are those drivers? I imagine. I think we had talked about
Siren, I
Alcides
know.
knows how to,
Alcides.
Rakira, he was driving the cart that I'm in. Me and him are
Okay.
in the same cart.
Got it. Okay, that's actually the way I have that, so that makes sense. And then I had thought of.
I think it's Doth and Calix. I think they're in the front together. And then I think the last cart was Alcides and Jack.
Okay, we'll assume that.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. And so
Yeah.
as they pull away and are riding over kind of mostly rolling hills there in the very, very early morning, the sun slowly beginning to rise at your back. Heliot's starting to appear and share his light unto the world. Your horse is galloping. Can I have my riders give me, I know Rakira's not here, but in a perception check?
Yeah.
15 plus 1, so 16.
16.
Guess I can roll. 16 as well.
do I get an advantage for having a hawk flying around?
Forever what?
For having a hawk flying around?
Sure. Yes. I'll give you advantage for that.
That's much better.
Okay.
What'd you get, Doth?
23.
23. So as Doth is riding and communicating with his hawk, you get the hawk gets the vision, is able to spot it, but from a far nearby, or pretty far, but still close enough for it to be a threat, you start to see the collective grouping. It looks like a stampede at first of just horses pouring out of the forest. But as it becomes more clear, it's still in that very dark, low light of the morning, you realize it's a band of raider centaur, the fairies coming, attempting to collect what you have. Immediately, Alcides riding, looking back, seeing the number of them, there are at least 30 of them.
Oh.
Realizing this is not probably a stand and fight, and that it would be best to try to outrun them with your gear. They are slowly but surely closing in. And as you're riding and those horses are galloping, kicking up dirt, suddenly a spear slams into the ground, doesn't hit a horse, right? And then a volley of arrows starts, some of them landing into the hide of the wagon as they are bearing down on you. Just charging. They're not calling out, stop. You know what they're about. You know they probably want to kill you and take your goods. I will treat this instead of with initiative, unless it goes to initiative, similar to a skill check, where a skill challenge, where I'm looking for a number of successes over a number of fails for this to work. And if you fail, it's going to go pretty bad. Now, as they're closing in, I want to also make skill challenges are a little bit more open to your creativity. And I would lead with, anyone can do something in these challenges, but at least one of every pilot needs to make a check of some type. I will say your in addition to anything else you might do, you do have, as a pilot, you do have a couple other options, such as you can spur the horses forward to move faster. In addition, you can use that as an action or as a skill check. You can try to swipe if they get too close, or you can try to pull a hard maneuver to lose them or even to hurt some of them. That, in addition to things that you might be able to come up with creatively that I might not be able to think of.
I got one of those.
You always do. I'm sure
Such single targeted attacks. I've got such close range and single targeted
if
attacks.
it doesn't seem like it'll make sense, I may shoot it down, but you're welcome to go crazy and try things.
Oh god.
Felix, here's a rope. I want to levitate you. Turn your weapon into a bow.
I can cast fly on myself. I can cast fly on myself.
This way you won't have to concentrate, and you can save fly if we need it for later. Because I can just levitate you. You fly behind.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
And I will say, every time you fail a check, instead of like the fairies taking a turn, you will take something bad will happen. Just say that anytime you fail, something bad will happen.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, that's the scene right now, slow motion as they're bearing in. You can almost look 300 as those figures come riding over the mountain. The silhouettes, the sun's still very low in the sky. How do you guys want to kick it off, Fuzz?
Frick. God, I really got nothing besides like a crossbow I could chuck at them.
Callus is gonna tie that rope around him and just nod at Doth, even though he did mess up my mask. This is such a crazy idea. He loves it. So he ties us up and summons the bow and just draws it back.
So what is it that they're gonna do?
I'm gonna levitate Calyx up with his bow.
Okay.
I'll just keep driving the cart, but I'm gonna levitate him up so he can shoot with his bow because he's got a really good range and it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Hey, was it Atreus or a Siren who had the fog cloud?
That was me. Yeah, I have the fog cloud.
Do we have a barrel of oil?
Yeah, I was about to say, can we light like a fire barrier across or something? Because that's what Jack was thinking of doing. Just see. So what's the area we're currently riding on? Is it flammable? I want to see if we can create some sort of fire barrier.
So since this is all happening very quickly, and then you guys are, if you're trying to communicate with each other on these horses that are galloping, you're kind of pretty much yelling like, "What should we do?" You know?
Atreus, can you cast fog?
Okay, yeah. Atreus, he cast fog cloud around the group.
Nice. Now, even though, and this is one thing when I do skill challenges, it does break how spells work sometimes because they don't work in tandem. We're not on some grid, and we're also yes, it will. That fog as you start to cast that, almost like you're pulling this morning dew. You will need to give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Can you put it between us and them? just so we can see where we're going? Or can
Yeah,
we?
I take it you're not putting it in front. Describe
Yeah, yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what you want to do with the fog. Yeah.
That's a 6.
Ooh, 20-foot sphere, a sentinel point. So I imagine that like you throw that fog out there and you just kind of miss because there, it's a moving target. It's not like in a combat where everyone's kind of like dancing. You just throw it out there and it kind of it hits a group of them, but you're trying to keep your concentration. You realize trying to move the fog at the same time, they ride right through it. As they ride right through it, I imagine that Doth is starting to elevate Calyx, but while you're levitating something and concentrating on driving, things could get a little crazy. Give me an Arcana check as well.
Yeah.
So you're at 1 fail and no successes so far.
17 for Arcana.
Nice. So, Calyx is you feel real strange the way you're being like hoisted up, and he's keeping you right above, and you're hoping that he doesn't lose this concentration, and hoping that you'd be able to fall right back into the chariot that you're on. But you're keeping it steady enough to start making those shots. Now this check is not going to be like a normal shot in like that 1 6-second shot. This is you making multiple shots at a time.
You have unlimited ammunition, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's
So
the best thing about it.
give me sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, I will take that.
So
14.
that will succeed as you start to don't like putting 1, 2 here, like in each one of them. As they're taking that damage.
Just you see the magical hex moving around to each of them. Just you see the arrow go into one of them, and then immediately smoke comes over to the next one. Hits right with an arrow.
So they kind of start to separate and spread out in from a lesser group. Some of them fanning out and dropping back, which is inherently giving you a little bit more time to create a gap between you. That is as Atreus was leaning out to cast that fog, he kind of leaves himself open for just a moment when he is hit in the shoulder by an arrow. 5 damage. 5 piercing damage. So 3 success right now. You've only failed once doing one so far. You're slowly starting to create this gap.
Can I do one more thing? Or?
Yeah, before you speak, Jack, suddenly a group of them does close in and starts to pull in around them, and one of them is riding up beside Doth and like trying to get an arrow shot, while another one is next to Jax and just slamming it with a scimitar, kind of like trying to hit the rope on your horses, or even hit the horse themselves. But they have scored, but nothing has happened. So just giving you that imminent danger that they're trying to do.
So how far away is this guy that's right next to our cart?
Just use the visuals. That's just really to give you the scene. The miniatures are not. Think more about where I have them. So spatially, you have 1 or 2 closing in on you, Jack. 1 closing into your side, like literally slicing at you or your reins. Doth has one couple traveling off, kind of trying to keep pace and trying to shoot at him.
All right. Not fast enough to catch up with moving carts. I was about to say maybe I could try and leapfrog to them.
Since you still wait, or Calyx, were you gonna add something?
Yeah. I was gonna say, if any of them are like within 30 feet of me, I'm gonna cast minor illusion and just scream, retreat in one of their voices.
You've already made a check in this round so far, so you can either save that, or if you're doing it, I'll just add that as kind of some flavor that could make the DC check easier for someone else.
I'll save it for later.
All right, Jack's gonna do something really stupid. He's gonna leapfrog and try and take out both these near centaurs. So he's basically trying to jump on one of them.
Ooh.
Try and land on him, and then once he gets a clean hit on him, hop to the next one, and then Misty step back to the cart.
Okay, I am going to. You being a monk with all of your abilities and your points, I'm going to just ask for this to be a semi-difficult acrobatics check.
Come on, +5, don't fail me now. Yes, 23.
Oh, okay. So he's like, Rakira, take the reins, and just like kind of goes diving out, and then
Yeah, he's
you
gonna
like slow.
clothesline one, basically try and yank him over, and then he's gonna hop onto the next one, and then basically just punch him. Like try and twist his neck.
So I imagine, tell me right, your clothesline one, then I imagine you jumping off the side, clotheslining out as he's riding up to you, as his neck kind of hits across. You use that leverage to swing over the top of him, and you know that causes him to kind of twist. And as you're going over his back, instead of landing and straddling, you continue over, leaping off of him onto the one next to him. The one that you're coming at now is like screaming out as the other guy goes tumbling behind him and making like 3 or 4 others trip as they trample over him.
Flying fist on this guy.
Fairly sure we can speak for Siren. He's going to whip people with his tentacle.
Yes, the Siren's tentacle is definitely flying out there. 4 successes right now, only 1 fail. All of this is happening. Doth has done something in action. Atreus, maybe what are you? Oh, you tried your fog. What about Alcides? What is our Acheron soldier doing right now?
I was gonna hand over the. Wait, who's in my cart?
I was with you.
So now he's not in the cart any longer.
Perfect.
Now you said you were gonna try to come back, right? So Jack is like trying.
Yeah, Jack. He's gonna try and take out the other closest one, and then
before he comes back. Okay, then he's not.
Back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna turn the chariot around and charge at him. Try and intimidate them.
That's going to be very difficult because the arcing of the chariot and where you're at, I imagine that the one Doth is driving is the one with the wagon on it, so it's probably a little bit easier. But you're going to lose a lot of momentum, and you're going to probably drop. The group's going to. I mean, imagine you're race cars, and you can't do a U-turn, like you can't swing it, you can't whip it, so you have to arc out. Everybody's going to ride right by you. Only thing I could do is you pull up on the horses, maybe to. I don't see how you could get that off. Does anybody else? Unless somebody else.
Maybe he tries to brake check him.
Maybe.
And just try and take him out like that.
My other option was hop on. He's the solo horse and then at him. Because a single horse can turn around a lot faster than a whole chariot, but then no one would be driving this chariot.
Yeah, you'd have to like cut the reins and like jump. I could see that, and you just leave that horse. That makes sense to me.
Alcides, you have a spear though, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 spears now.
Oh yeah, I've got darts as well. I forgot.
Yeah, so spears have like a 10-foot range or something stupid sick like that.
No, spears are polar.
As you guys are figuring out what to do, a group of the that are left, as some of them they're starting to peel off. They're still like it started as like a group of 30. There's probably still another 18 that are in hot pursuit, and they seem to be closing around and trying to get to the wagon. Inside through the little slits, I can see your ram like like as they're with all whatever gear, what other stuff is in their jack, and they're going to try to separate that thing like off of the back of you. And this is all while Calyx is still firing down arrows, trying to. So Alcides, is there anything else you want to, or should I pass to someone else to try something?
I mean, I was really just trying to intimidate them because.
Okay, 1 man, plenty of fairies. I'd be hard for one Acheron to do it, but with the power of Iroas possibly, you can give me an intimidation check or a religion check, or not even Iroas. I know you worship Heli, so if it's something you're trying to do with Heli, it may be religion. If it's something you're enjoying your own fortitude, intimidation.
I'm gonna go with my own fortitude for this one.
Okay.
It'll be 17 plus 7, so that'll be 24.
Okay, you actually just beat that one because that was a DC 21. So describe for me how you would try to intimidate this group. What it would look like.
So pretty much what I normally do when I cast like protect or pretty much any of my spells, pretty much the plume on my head lights on fire, and that same fire is on my spear shield, and just kind of tied up the reins real quick behind me, and then just kind of turn around holding spear and shield just on fire, and just a guttural war cry.
Nice. So this I almost would say tying that in with the minor illusion that Calyx is casting maybe amplifies this imagery and starts to make these fairies see you as maybe blessed by the gods or not just a group of regular regular marks. And so when they see the flaming helmet, your flaming spear, the two that are trying to clamor, a couple of them that are trying to clamor at your horse, immediately start to drop back. As you can tell, the others, a couple of others nearby are like, don't give up. And they you can tell they're kind of like, not worth it. They're all kind of like long haired. They're extremely muscular, largest centaurs you've ever seen, markings all over their chests and body, piercings, tribal markings. And so they are starting to drop back. There's still one group that is heavily doesn't want to give up on taking the cart. There are probably only about 5 of them around Doth, the cart that Doth is in, and they, since you guys are getting so close, they get one check here. Doth, can you give me this is a maneuver check with disadvantage because you have the card on it, but it's using your animal handling.
Ah, suckers. Lowest is a 16.
Yes, you guys are rolling good tonight. So they're like beating on this thing. And basically that would have just been something really, really catastrophic happening. Doth is able to like kind of almost brake check and then like whip his horses forward, and they go for it and they lose momentum. One of them slams into the back of the cart and just goes tumbling off into the distance. You guys are really close. Anyone can take it from here as you've made 5 successes and only 1 fail.
All right.
Atreus's original thing didn't fail, so I'd like to hear if he's got something else.
Yeah, I was going to I was going to cast a 30-foot long wall of water to try to like push them off from us.
Advantage Arcana, and I'm gonna tell you your DC is gonna be a DC 15.
Okay.
But you got advantage.
Oh, 17.
Okay.
Nice.
So, unless you want me to take over, tell me what the scene looks like as they're getting close and how you separate that distance, through that water, push them back and help your group escape this situation.
So Atreus, he's holding his shoulder where he got hit with an arrow, and with that same hand, he kind of you see his hand like rise up, take it off his wound, rise up, and you just see a wall of water in front of them, and they kind of like they're like, I imagine them being hit with the wall of water, like he's kind of like swatting them with it. Yeah,
they just get slammed by it.
Yeah.
So like lifted up off their feet, and they just kind of, and slowly but surely as you start to pull away farther and farther, Calyx kind of still taking a last few pot shots there. The hawk flying overhead, we can see that they're starting to kind of turn back towards the forest, licking their wounds, and you guys are gone. Great.
Nice
Yeah, I
job.
guess Jack's gonna try and sprint after the cart, get as close as he can, and teleport on with Misty Step.
So that's a great, amazing job there, like handling that situation. Within the next, it takes you about another 6 hours to ride into Meltus, but you make it. And it is such a wonderful city to behold. As you enter Meltus, it is you can through the opening gates, you can see that people, travelers of all types are constantly moving through this city. It seems to be like a city that is always open. There are chariots flying over with Pegasi, huge like white and black, horses with wings that are flying over the city, like with hoplites in grand like aqua blue capes and very shiny clean, immaculate bronze. The architecture of the architectural and academic marvels of Meletis testify to the achievements of civilized humanity. The streets are paved with brick in interlocking geometric shapes meant to demonstrate the principles of both mathematics and magic. Grand temples line the streets, testifying to the Militians' devotion to the gods. They rise as both mighty bastions dedicated to individual deities and various neighborhood shrines devoted to the pantheon as a whole. Inside the city, the wildlands feel like a remote threat. The perils of the sea do still present an obvious danger, but a great seawall protects the Polish port on the Bay of Meletis, while a lengthy channel cuts through the surrounding land that reaches Meletis Harbor on the Siren Sea. Meletis is a polis devoted to learning, magic, and progress. It is the most populous of the city-states, and it is home to progressive thinkers, pious thaumaturges, and wise oracles. The people of Meletis take the gods serious and literally praise them. Have for each month there is a celebration to all of them. So you will find those that celebrate Erebos just as much as they do Heliod, though it is known as Heliod and Ifara's city. Welcome to Meletis, and where will you go from here?
Jack's like, all right, since we're here in town, let's head to my shop. We can rest up a bit, relax. You can meet my employees. I would love for you to come to my shop. To the shop.
I'm not opposed. I've been hearing about this shop for I don't know how long. Might as well see it.
So, I mean, I know that Jack knows where his shop is and makes his way to it. I'm imagining it's close to the sea, like near the dock ward, maybe. Unless you want to like.
He's in a relatively easy to access spot with lots of traffic.
Okay.
I'd say relatively where he gets not the perfect spot, but he's still in a pretty decent spot the shop's located at. And I would imagine it's more like a big, it's definitely near the dock, since he's got a shop front built in front of. I can imagine like one giant building with like when you first enter, it's got the shops, and then once you head further back, it's the warehouse where he stashes everything.
Okay. Beautiful fountains all in this city. Plenty of, like I said, architecture, amazing like statues of gods and also old heroes. And eventually you make it to the shop, and outside, I imagine the shop's seen better days. It's as much as Jack talks it up, it's you guys know it seems like it's maybe a little rundown, maybe leading to why he would need to go on an adventure to kind of bring the name back up.
Business was kind of failing after his teacher died, and he tried to really run the shop on his own. That's how he inherited the shop. He really inherited the business. Business wasn't doing so hot, so he decided to leave the company to his two most trusted friends, who he decided to hire on as associates, and decided to go explore the world to really try and get better ideas and maybe make his teacher's dream a reality.
So it says Atlas Corp, and there's a little round like
the Atlas Association.
The Atlas Association, and there on the side is a map of the known map of THEROS. It looks like it might have used to have a magical dancing light or a spell that kept it flickering. That's now like doesn't work. But sparks from time to time. And one of your hands, your workers that has been taking care of the place. There's a little opening where there's the back area where there's the warehouse, and of course there's like the opening, and it's kind of open to the public where this guy is standing. And younger gentleman, maybe late 20s, looks up and goes, Jack!
Old friend, good to see you again. How are you doing?
Did you forget your own buddy, Thesis?
Thesis. Nonsense.
I've tried to hold this place together, Jack. It's tough.
You have done a wonderful job. I couldn't have expected anything less from you. You have done an amazing job. I thank you so much for your service.
I see you've definitely met friends on the road.
Oh yes, absolutely. And have I got some stories for you. But first, let's unload. I've got some new material, items, and a couple of new partnerships.
Sure, take your time.
Yes. All right, lads. Start unloading. Here, let me show you where we can unload. Where you can unload the stuff. It kind of just waves them forward, like, all right, let's get this thing unpacked and into this shop.
Alex is gonna look at him really confused, like, and just kind of say, "You don't really pay me enough for this. You don't pay me at all." Now that I think about it.
Unless you care to be one of my associates, then I will absolutely pay you. But until then,
Sure, what can you pay me?
That's a good point. Yeah, it's just gonna think. Wait a second. Yeah, you're right. You're not on my payroll. Can you please help me out with the cargo? Or I could pay you a little bit. I could pay you.
Well, now here's the thing. While you're gone, this place runs. I know we haven't really talked this through, so we are kind of making it up here a little bit on the spot, which we probably should a little bit more to kind of better understand. But it sells wares while you're gone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the place running.
Probably not the best, but so there's. So if Theses is like, Jack, it's been really tough. The shops are springing up all over. There's another new guy, and he's taking a lot of our business. He's like, and he kind of takes you to the back room. And this is like behind with not the rest of your group looking over your shoulder. He's like, I can show you what profits has been tough. We've got to keep the lights on. We got to, the lights on, but got to keep the place open.
Magical lights on.
Yeah, every D&D's place got magical lights.
That is troubling.
And so, let's see. Give me a D100 roll because it's just completely chance. Has nothing to do with any one of your skills.
Alrighty, let me go roll a D100. Let me roll numbers. I don't want that.
And I am going to.
D100. Let me go and do that. Alright, come on, let me roll something. Roll again.
D&D Beyond makes it super easy if you want to start that way.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, here it is. Beyond. Where is that freaking option? It was. Is it Beyond 20? No, it's not that. It's not...
You could do it through that little red.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I've spotted it.
On Beyond.
Where is it?
I'll
just say 41. I just rolled it online for some other means.
Okay, so I gave you 41.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. D100.
Okay. So with my it's got a pitiful, but I basically what I did is I rolled as well and then minus like what he's been spending out, so what's been going out versus what's coming in, and so he's like, don't be mad, Jack, but he like brings out this little, and it's a box of like 25 gold coins.
Damn, profits really are running. Damn. Okay, that's worrying.
This place needs a lot of work. We've got to get more and everybody doesn't really know. I mean, the Atlas name it's hard for me to do the marketing and keep the place open. Have you been spreading the word?
Absolutely. Good news is we have another shop.
It's good.
And one even more greater news, I have indeed gotten a couple of other deals through all sources as well. And I've got a couple more lined up as well. Don't worry, I've bought back some stuff that can really help boost the productivity of our shop. But yeah, definitely here in Melitus, we need to do a bit more of advertising. I've got my name out there in THEROS, but definitely in here in Melitus, I really need to work on some advertising for us here.
Where'd you set up the second shop? Yeah, I imagine you would come back and talk to the group.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of back out after hearing that the shop isn't doing too well and just trying to slowly just back away.
Let's see. Yeah, he set it up.
of the shop. But
Yeah, I'd set it up in Tethmos. Put in a good word with the king there. We're on
Ah.
friendly terms. And
We've
yeah,
never
I've-
had any trade with the Leonin. That's a big.
Yes, I've
Could
set up
be a good way.
I've set up a shop there. Still need to really establish supply line. We've got some basic supply lines, but the communication through the shop are still need to be worked out a bit.
I imagine there, if you could, since you have a place, your party could always camp there. It's not as nice as
Yeah.
an inn, but it doesn't cost anything. But you don't have like a lot of rooms, right? You have like a room for like Jack and probably like
Yeah,
one net for
he's
his
got
employees.
a couple of guest rooms, but nothing too fancy. If anything, he's
Okay.
probably used most of the rooms for storage, for extra storage space.
Okay.
Well, sorry about us, but it's not much to look at. But please come on in, make yourselves at home.
Jack, do you own the land or just the building, or are you renting?
I
or-
own the property. I inherited it from my late teacher. That was a hell of a. She was a hell of a woman. Taught me everything I knew when it comes to, well, everything, honestly.
Jack, what do you think this place looks like a little? Can you add me a little more detail to like what's inside and?
I'd like to do an appraisal / I don't know, building inspection, just to take a look at what
Yeah,
the
I kind of
building is.
imagine. I didn't really thought about this too much. I definitely imagine it like a big blue building, kind of like a little store up in front, kind of a little slanted roof where it's like it kind of seems like it's two buildings stuck together. They have a big blue. It's all blue. I would
kind of
imagine
sandwiched
it's-
between two other buildings.
Yeah, he's kind of got a little store up in front. Kind of looks like it was just planted there recently. The store. I imagine it's built out of an old warehouse he took his
it.
teacher took over. And yeah, it's blue. It's got I want to say a wooden brown roof. Inside, I would imagine it's a wooden, a couple of desks. He's got like a general front desk area.
What kind of
couple other
wares
desks,
are they? Have they mostly been weaponry and pot like?
He's got all sorts of things. He's got a weaponry section. He's got a basic needs section. He's got a
Just a little bit of everything. Okay.
yeah, a little bit of everything posted around the storefront. Like each desk, he's got I want to say 5 in total. He's got the main desk with 4 little other tables with his other goods, with pictures of what exactly they sell, like list of pricings and all that. And you really come to exchange goods at the front desk. You can look at the goods he's got on display at each of the 4 individual tables on the side, but the main
Jack,
desk is where.
Jack, a lot of these other shops, man. This is if these other shops are. I think they're taking our business because Meltus has gone so the way of the magic. We gotta get more magic items in here.
Oh, well, wonderful
This
news.
old
I
crummy,
do have
just old
some.
general store stuff is just not cutting it anymore.
That is worrying, but good news is I do have something magical for us to share. He takes up a short
Jack, I
sword.
might have some good news for you. If
Mhm.
you say you can help me, I'd gladly work for you. You just gotta help me here. And
What exactly do
we
you?
might have a solution.
What are you offering?
You
I'll
know,
put a
there's-
continual flame on one of your sconces.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So he pulls out the boat. He's like, well, you know why we need this boat and why we're going to Asphodel and why we're sailing, right?
A bit. All I really know is you seem very keen on going there.
I seem very keen on going there is because they're powerful artifacts. Very, very powerful artifacts. They're protected by Phoenix's eidolon or his soul or something, but they're the answer to your solution.
Tempting.
That combined with this new canned food you said?
Yes, that is. That could be the solution to the problems here.
Don't forget about the beer and the potions.
Yeah,
Those
that-
two are-
We do have. I have got word of a couple of other ideas I wish to take on. But so far nothing yet. We've not really done anything yet of them. But
And the iron that's been brought
Yeah.
back.
yeah, we do have a couple of other
In the
gear, but
round.
we truly just need magical gear. I think I think I do want to investigate if that truly is the case. If Melitus truly does have all this untouched magical items, I think I might want to check that out.
An island far in the water, or it's a place far off in the waters, with where we have to go to Asphodel first.
That
Plus,
sounds
I don't
very.
think a lot of people are trying to go to Asphodel to get and trade whatever they get. What is there?
Yes.
I know
Yes.
many return that don't, including myself, that don't really care for gold.
I
Because
have no issue with returned. Honestly, I view them as any other customer. So if anything, if I could, that's a great idea actually. If I could set up a shop in there, that would be amazing. I could get all these other goods that, imagine the idea, genius, Calyx.
Thank
Imagine
you.
the ideas these
It
walking
takes a very,
corpses.
very flamboyant bow. Just
Genius, how could I not think of this before? Of course, these guys, they may not know stuff, but they probably know ideas that us living folks could never even dream of.
Jack, while you're enumerating your plans, would you be so kind as to show me around? I'd like to see your warehouse and
Oh,
where
yes,
do you store
absolutely.
things that need to be placed securely?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Follow me. Here, he takes him. Well, this is the general storefront area. This is where we sell our goods. Up there, I would imagine it's kind of like a two-story shop, and then he's got the big old it's like a small door out back of the shop into the giant warehouse with, I imagine, scaffolding with I imagine it's more like a giant old, shipping warehouse where it's like he's kind of got scaffolding up top with platforms to really just view the item, but he also's got different like rows of boxes and stuff. Like, well, okay, this is the general shop area. Upstairs are the rooms, mixed in with storage of small items. Out here you've got the general front desk, reception, really where most of the transactions go through. Display tables to the side. Upstairs are the storage rooms plus the living quarters for smaller items, plus storage areas of smaller items such as swords and stuff. And then out back is the warehouse.
So, could you describe your logistics? How do you receive goods? Who sorts the goods? Are the goods?
So I guess in general, Melitus, where exactly do most of the? Because I imagine if anything, I kind of want to post this shop. Now that I'm thinking about it, near the water. I think he might want some sort of secure. Yeah, okay. I'd say if he's.
Well, I've already said it's near the water. It's not
Yeah.
a waterfront. Nothing is really on the water in Melitus, as you can't.
Yeah.
There's the
I'd
docks
say
where
he's about
ships are,
pretty
but
close
sure.
to the port.
So it's close to where like a lot of trade. Because there's
Yeah.
not in Theros though. There really, other than there are some islands out there on the Siren Sea. There's no other real. There's like small villages and stuff that people know about. There are no major other polis or civilizations on the water. So a lot of stuff does come. Agriculture comes from the land. I'm sure sailors do go out to get fish and stuff like that, and do bring treasures back from or trade back from some of those other islands.
Well, well, let's see here. We do, when stuff does come in from overseas, when stuff does come back from the ships, we do go and collect it. But mainly it's really just exchanges of goods. We mainly just bring stuff in through people. We don't really bring stuff in through ships, usually carts of items through our sellers. Traders usually come partner up with us, show us their goods. We sell it for them, and they get a chunk of the profits. And every so often, every so often, we send them back their chunk of the fees of the amount we manage to sell of their goods.
So you don't just buy everything up front at a wholesale cost and then sell it. They're giving you things to put on like almost like consignment, and then you're selling.
Yeah, it's more like we sell them on their behalf, and they get a chunk of the profits.
Okay,
so it's a consignment store.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
THEROS
and then-
Costco.
That's how I can imagine. It's like it's still technically under the Atlas name. He's still selling it as their stuff, but the providers do get a chunk of the sales of
and
what
that
they
25
make.
gold I shared with you is like There's a little other reserve, but it's to keep your business open. It's
Yeah.
so that's like what you got on hand that you could use to outside of paying your guy. And what we'll do is if this becomes a serious aspect of the story, I will come up with rules for the
Yeah, I
shop.
still need.
But
Yeah,
right
I
now,
remember. I
yeah,
said
we'll
he's
leave
got. I guess we need to come up with a second employee as well. Remember, I remember writing down Jack has 2 employees currently working here.
Oh,
Yeah, God.
Sally,
I kind of figured I should really.
she quit. It just was.
Damn
I
shame.
went over and worked for another company.
I had faith in her. I'm honestly disappointed.
Jack, would it be okay to store things here, take a short rest?
Oh yes,
and-
absolutely. Make yourselves at home. Have a look around. Absolutely, make yourselves at home.
Doth, I believe you also wanted to cut your hair. You silly mammals and all that silly hair of yours.
Yeah, I know, right? And he's gonna disguise himself into like a Triton looking thing. Like just
Now that's a handsome guy.
You guys
he's gonna turn into like just a buffer version of Atreus. You're like, right back at you, bud.
You guys are missing the point. I've been on the road with you ugly mofos for weeks now. I'd like to go find some attractive females.
Yeah, he's going to the bathhouse.
I mean, we do have a bathroom you can freshen up in. But
Thank you,
I wouldn't
Jack.
say
I will
anything
pass.
Fancy. It's not exactly anything fancy.
Okay, now that we got all our stuff unpacked.
So things are unpacked. Maybe another hour goes by. So you guys are in short rest mode. If you want to go for a long rest, you can at some point. But right now you got here early in the morning. So it's probably around 8. So the whole day is ahead of you. Doth, are you heading off to go to look for an area to actually get that haircut or to get that nice bath and then go look for the attractive ladies? Is that kind of where he's headed?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a minute to stop and sort of process everything that's happened. I think that all of our adventures, or at least my adventures since I started this campaign, have all had tangents that are sort of coming together. And I'm trying to figure out what the bigger picture, or Doth is trying to figure out what the bigger picture is, what all of these signs and omens that he's encountered in Calametra and just all the various places that he's been, how they all tie together, what's the common thread, and why do we seem to be in the middle of so many happenings that are, I don't know, of relative import.
Quick, get the pin board.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what Calix's next moves are likely to be, based on the information that he's given us. Figure out how that works into the Tritons and their desire to repair and restore the Bident. Basically, just trying to get an idea of the beginnings of a plan. So he's taking some time to himself to sort of sort all this stuff out, try and figure out what the next steps might be, so he can present something a little bit later.
Yeah, I think Jack, after hearing the update on his shop, is going to do some set up the new items he's got, probably fresh it up a bit, do some minor repairs, and then probably is there like a I guess general trading guild or something in Melitus, or I guess is there like a general area of do trading guilds exist in?
I think they do.
Maybe? I think Jack's probably
So he's going to work on going to
basically try and get his name out there, maybe get a couple more partnerships and definitely some more employees.
Okay.
Bottom line is his main priorities would be employees and advertisement.
So
he wants to basically see how he can spread the word of his shop. Of the association.
As he's preparing to head off, Doth is kind of taking a moment to himself. The other characters are standing around. If Theses, your worker, is kind of putting some things up on the racks, a little boy comes running in, kind of ragtag, kind of street urchin, just like slides in with his sandals, and he goes, "Daisies! Tomorrow, they're doing a parade to the arena, he says, "I'm so excited." He thinks he's like, "Hey," he goes, "Hey, Astro," and then he like picks the boy up real quick, and puts him down. He goes, "Yeah, yeah." Like you could tell they've clearly been friends while you've been gone. Jack, the kid is probably like 10 or 11 years old.
And who's
He's
this
like,
little lad?
just look, he doesn't even like register what you say. He's just like, I can't wait to see the fight tonight, the battle, the Rumble Royale is tonight. It's gonna be so cool. 20 pancration wrestlers going toe to toe, trying to hold their own in one ring. And he's like, "Are we still going? Are we still going at Theses?" And he's going. And Theses kind of bends. He's like, "I'm sorry, little buddy. I guess."
Wait, Theses. Who? First off, who's this lad? Who's this little man?
Astro,
Who is this?
he started coming around when you were gone. And then he could tell there's a moment with him where an Astro where he started coming around. He was trying to buy some things, but now we've got a cool understanding. And he's a good kid. And I have him, good help's hard to come by. Sometimes Astros comes and runs errands for us.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your
And suddenly there's a boom, 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 boom. And outside there's just like people kind of partying by, and they're like throwing out these little leaflets that are hitting the ground that say like, the Rumble Royale. And there's a couple of the wrestlers like just kind of like flexing and stuff, and like girls are swooning, and it's going by almost very quickly. So it's not like a huge event.
It's like, we need a way to get out our names. Question: are signups already done for this thing?
I get, Theseus kind of looks down and goes, "Yeah, you might need signups. Signups? Are you suggesting you be one of you in this group wrestle?"
Alex is this guy just turn himself into like one of the huge hulking guys and just
I do
flex
have
and be
some
like,
experience
"Whoa,
in hand-to-hand
you can do
combat.
this."
I do have some experience in hand-to-hand combat. I mean, if it's wrestling, I may not have much strength, but I certainly have the technique. Now, I should really look into this. Could be a wonderful way. Now, Astra,
I don't know how you get in. None of you have a contract with Morrow. Most of those wrestlers, even the low-level ones, have a contract with Morrow at his arena. But
nonsense. We can make our name for ourselves this way.
Astra goes, "Hey, it could work. I've heard, for some reason there's a bunch of wrestlers got sick. That's why they lowered the count of wrestlers that are going to be fighting at night."
Wonderful.
I was going to pull out an imaginary paper that says the contract that has just cast minor illusion, make it look like a contract.
Oh,
like, you mean this?
You're a wrestler? I've never seen you. You must be new. What's your name? Are you hero or heel?
Huh?
Hero or heel?
Hero, of course. Alex has no idea.
Yeah.
Has no idea.
That reminds me. Have you ever heard of a man named Hulk Hercules? I've heard of a name known as Hulk.
Of course, I know Hulk Hercules is the best. He loves all his his fans. He starts to kind of like go in a circle.
Jack pulls out the suit.
He's like doing this.
Alex is just copying him. Just trying to remember what it is.
So, who exactly? How big of a wrestler is this? He kind of pulls up the suit. He kind of gets the picture. Oh, he's a wrestler, isn't he? How big is this Hulk Hercules fellow?
Bigger than me. He's big. He's big. Like he just points to Calyx, like whatever Calyx had just turned to. He's like that, but he looks a bit cooler.
Okay, I guess big's not the right word. How popular is he?
He hasn't been wearing his outfit though lately. It's normally the yellow outfit, and it's really cool. And he kind of rips it, and then it always comes back together.
Okay. Well, first things first. Let's go meet this Hulk Hogan. Okay. Well, Astro, my boy.
Yes.
First things first. Thank you so much for helping out the shop. I want to thank you so much. And if you need anything else, please feel free to contact us, my good friend here, or even me, and even better. Here's a bit of. How would you like to work for me officially?
Sure. like
For
to
the
go to the
Atlas
Rumble
Association.
Royale tonight if possible.
Oh,
Can you get me
absolutely.
in too?
Yes, absolutely. If we can secure the Atlas, if one of us, preferably me, because I don't, no offense to any of you, but I feel like it is my job as your boss to truly put our names out there. This is our shop, my responsibility. I got you into this mess. I wish to help clean up my own mess. So if we can find a way to get both of you into this shop, into this thing.
Little Astro, I believe you'll like our friend here. He puts his hand on Calix's shoulder. He's quite tough. Some even say that he's stone cold.
God.
He looks
Alex
at
here,
it,
guy,
like,
is going to do his
God.
best Reek Stone Cold Steve Austin impression. I need to look up some of his lines now. I'm sorry.
he
That's
looks
little
at
boy's
Astro,
like,
too great.
Little Astro, how would you like to gather up a couple of your friends and really, maybe we can give you a couple of coins here and there, maybe some extra food and goods, maybe even some housing. Would you like to come and work for us?
yeah, I'd like to work for you. Sure. And kind of looks at like DC's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm there. What am I gonna be doing?
For now, I'd say really start putting a word out for us. Start really promoting the shop. Tell your friends and tell them to spread the word of the goodness of the good name of the Atlas Association.
If you get me into the Rumble Royale tonight, then I will spread the word as long as you like.
Absolutely.
And by the way, these guys look like they would be able to be cool too. He pointing to Alcides and Doc. He's like,
he looks at Alcides. Alcides,
he
you're not
looks
very
scary.
good in hand-to-hand combat, are you? You're much more of a stabby. You're much more of a spearsman, yes? Not exactly much with your fist.
Doth and Alcides are both yoked, though.
yeah, they're
They're
both
both
yoked.
yoked.
Like they're
Alcides, like,
jacked out of control.
Alcides, you may be jacked, but how good are you with your fists? Well,
I believe myself to be very competent.
All right. How would you feel in joining me for some wrestling?
As long as it's not boxing.
No, this is wrestling. We should really look into the rules a bit more, but for now, I plan on basically participating in the name of the Atlas Association and really put our name out there. If I could make a big splash in this tournament, if I can make a big splash and even win this thing, this could put the Atlas Association name on the board. Really
May I,
boss? If Thesis is like, boss, can I have a? You do know, it's not really real. The Morrow's wrestling, like it's kind of like it's staged. Don't tell Astro, but I mean they're completely athletes, but they kind of fake it.
If that's the case, then.
But if that's the case, maybe you can do it.
Maybe. If that's the case, if it's no real feat of strength, but it's just truly for entertainment, I've got an idea.
Alex is just going to keep posing, just knowing that this is the job for him.
What was H just going to say?
Yeah. I've got an idea. How well do they do with sponsorships? If we can sponsor someone to truly, if we could sponsor a full-time wrestler, maybe even put a good word with us with Hulk Hokley's, maybe even secure a sponsor with him.
Oh, Jack, this just occurred to me. Perhaps our selected champion can throw out a few samples of our little canned food idea, maybe to the crowd. Maybe that'll be a good show of faith.
Actually, I don't
throws the logo on his.
I don't think that plan's ready yet. We need to create.
Yeah, that's it. We don't exactly have prototypes yet, and even then,
we need to supply.
And then we don't exactly have. Yeah, first off, we need to secure prototypes, see if this even works, and we need to figure out distribution. I think
Doc made the prototype.
Such a thing.
I've got the prototype. I just need to get the logistics in place. When I'm ready for the advertising, the sales, I will let you know.
Yes. Okay, so I think our plan is for now. Let's go meet Hulk Hokley's. I've got a package for him.
Okay.
Well, little Astro, I've got some wonderful news. I may be able to get you into this wrestling event. In fact, funny enough, he pulls out the suit. I've got a package for Hulk Hokley's.
Theses kind of looks and just goes, I hope you don't disappoint the little fella. front, and he's like, front row seats at the Rumble Royale. And he like just goes running out.
I can't necessarily guarantee front row seats, my friend, but I'll definitely figure out something for you and your friends.
Of course, Theseus tells you where to find the location as we kind of fast forward to you're standing outside of the big main event. It's not as grand of an arena as the large like spectacle arena that is both in Melitus and the even larger one than all the world that is in Akros, or even the really competent like battle combat arena that is in Satessa. But it's almost it has the feeling of both arena and theatrical, like what you would call theater, amphitheater almost. But you're there from outside. You can see there's a large centaur and minotaur guarding the front door, like guarding like a back area, and then like towards the front you see people who are buying like merch and things like that, people standing in line who cannot wait for the sun to get low in the sky. It's not a it's more of a late in the day, so I'll say that it probably starts at around 6 in the afternoon, but like the sun's probably not going to set till close to
was this the group that was involved with the Rose Games? I think
this group was involved with some of the iRois games as well.
Are there any exploits of renown that could be leveraged in this regard, or I kind of missed that whole part? So can somebody catch me up to speed on what happened there? And
we were behind the scenes.
We saved someone from getting sabotaged, and we didn't exactly participate in the games ourselves.
Yeah, you weren't like soaking up the glory as much as you were saving the day, but outside of the main scene.
Yeah, like backstage.
Yeah.
Did you guys make any contacts whose names we could drop as useful?
We met one person who was a mother.
You mean Artemisia is the mother of one of the high up officials of one of the houses of the large houses in Akros.
Maybe drop her. Yeah, Jack points out. Well, we did meet this one lady.
What about Wolverino?
Wolverino as well was another was one of the combatants who
Wolverino and Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan.
Well, Jack's gonna so he's looking at the centaur guards like I guess I didn't exactly participate in figure out how to deliver this package.
Alex is gonna walk up. He's gonna
Jack's gonna walk up to the
like
centaur
a big wrestler and just trying to like quickly display whatever permit and just try and walk by.
And is it the same one that you made earlier?
Yes.
You gotta go to kind of look at it. He goes, give me persuasion check.
Do I get advantage because I'm trying to impersonate somebody?
I'll give you advantage.
So I guess do we?
But the thing is, you don't know who you're trying to impersonate. You just made someone, so you didn't really necessarily come up with somebody else. So I think first one's got to stand. Yeah.
All right. So it's either 12 or 14.
Okay. So he looks over at snatches it out of your hand. You a rookie? New guy?
Jack walks up. Oh, I'm sorry for the straightforwardness and boldness of my prized athlete here.
He goes, go ahead, and then he puts his hand on Jack's chest like, you stay here.
Speaking of which, I have a package.
Is this guy with you? And he looks over to you.
Yeah.
So I'm his manager.
Oh, and he kind of looks over the rest of them.
Yeah, they're my entourage.
Yes, they're his hype crew, if you will. They really help. They're his training partners.
I'm his water boy.
Yes.
Thank you.
So he is. Don't you know who this man is? He's the mighty Frank Ripper. He is the mighty Ripper. Frank the Ripper.
Frank the Ripper. All right. Well, he's probably gonna get thrown out the ring tonight. First, he's probably gonna.
Oh yeah.
Nonsense!
Get paid,
I trained him well.
You get paid.
No athlete of mine could ever be thrown out so easily. Nonsense! Hold your tongue.
As you walk through this down this long hall, you end up in this area where kind of like a ancient style locker
Yeah,
room
Jack just looks
where
at Cal. We can figure out stage names later. For now, you're going by Frank the Ripper.
And there's like in the big
I
open.
kind of nudge LCDs. Is he in charge?
I just kind of let it happen.
Okay.
The room is
Best
open.
we
And,
not interfere with their shenanigans. It normally works out for the best.
Yeah, Jack looks at him like, okay, story is we're Frank the Ripper. I'm Frank the Ripper's manager. You're all part of his team.
You know you're
You
speaking
all
in
work
front of
for me.
people, right?
Please just go along with this. We can figure out. For now, just roll with it. Please. That's like, I have no idea what's going on. Please just just work with me here.
Well, I'd be happy to work with you, but that requires a little bit of creative input from your employees in order to make it into a team.
Yes, definitely. So he looks back, see if
Alcides has been afraid to speak up. I believe he has a stage name that he would like to present.
All right, Alcides. All right then. Would you like to participate also as an athlete? He kind of
Of
quotes
course.
athlete.
There's nothing wrong with a performance, but I feel like I should not do any harm to these athletes as is my pancreation training has provided. So I shall simply stand there and take hits and defend. I shall be the wall of Akros.
Alcides, you want to fight?
The wall
I'll
of
fight you.
Akros and Frank the Ripper. Or maybe, how about Stone Cold Frank? How about that?
That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty. And it's just this the voice that he's doing is just super incredibly deep, like inhumanly deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's about to get real. Yeah, let me snap into Alcides. Yeah.
All right, Alcides, the wall of Akros.
It's gonna do like one of those bro like
Cold
the
Frank.
high fives with Alcides. Just like Alcides, you feel nothing. Like you almost it feels like paper. But it looks like the most powerful high five that's ever heard.
Wonderful.
It's the collapse from Predator, Schwarzenegger, and what's his face? Yeah.
Let's get you to your places. He's like, you just gotta think, man, I really wish Astro was here.
Alcides, what's your strength? 18?
I think it's 16.
Okay. We'd be pretty evenly matched if you wanted to put on a show.
What's your charisma for performance, though?
Oh, I'm crappy. I don't plan to be very charismatic at all, though.
I got an 18 for my charisma.
All right, well, you'll be the good guy.
Yep. Plus, like Crowin versus Minotaur, that's a.
And the Dungeon Master can ask you, because if you look in the player's handbook, you can swap. So you could ask for a strength-based performance check or a. It is possible. So,
then for now, let's find off where exactly you lot are being. I guess what's the word? Where the athletes are.
So I imagine that you guys kind of like step to the side after being let in and kind of tried to hash this out very quickly in like a little hall as people are like walking by. There's a lot of commotion. So once you're in, people aren't really paying attention to you. Half your group looks like wrestlers. So like people are just kind of like, kind of looking like there's every now and then you get a look like, who's that guy? And then they just keep on. You exit into another room where you're kind of going down that dark tunnel and it exits into this almost like a bathhouse where in the center there's like water, kind of steam rolling off in an atrium overhead where like the light is pouring in from the sun overhead. Some of the guys are in towels, some of them are kind of icing their knees and stuff like that, or putting them in ice baths or whatever it may be. And as all of them, each of them around, one in the corner kind of stands up and whips his head back, his golden hair running down his head. He's got a bit of a little bald spot there. Kind of like turns around and flexes muscles, huge handlebar mustache. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so ready tonight. What a ready night for me." And that sounds like Macho Man, but he's like, "I'm just." He's like, "I'm going." He's like, "Me and my little Hoka, Hokalese."
What are you doing, brother?
It's going to be great. You can see he's kind of like looking at it. He's kind of like standing in the corner. He's kind of like talking to himself. He's trying to like practice his shtick.
So I guess
that's not
Jack
it.
over here.
That's not it. Jack
Excuse me, Mr. Hawkleys.
What's going on, brother?
I have I have a package for you from I have your suit here.
He
Package
sees the package. He
from
sees the emblem. Yes, this was. I thought this was never gonna come, brother. And he like puts it down to him and
yes,
rips
courtesy
it.
of the Atlas Association.
By the gods. Oh, Heliod be praised. This came right on time. This is exactly what I need.
Yes, you can thank the Atlas Association. We make sure your goods are intact, according to order, and on time.
Oh, great. I've been waiting for you all for seems like weeks now. He's like, you could have just hopefully you just showed this to them at the front. They'll let you right in.
Yes, but
I've been telling them to wait for this package with this symbol on it for ever.
Well, we do plan. The Atlas Association plans to. We do plan to throw our hand into this, into the ring, if you will. Now we do need to work it out with the officials, but the Atlas Association does plan on participating.
What do you mean?
This event.
Alex is going to cast suggestion on Hulk Hercules,
Okay.
saying to you should plug just. Hey, the Atlas Association.
What's the check I need to make?
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15.
And just saying you should plug the Atlas Association.
Yes. Now,
as much as possible.
how would you feel about us getting? How would you feel getting sponsored by the Atlas Association?
Well, and you see him just. Or does he fail or succeed?
So hold on, Jack. Let me finish here.
Okay.
What Calix is using his suggestion to actually get out of.
Got it.
So go ahead, finish up, Calix.
Yeah. You should plug the Atlas Association as much as possible, shouldn't you?
You did get my stuff here, and that guy looks like a good. Both of those guys are like tough guys to go up against, and
Yes,
the Triton looks pretty nimble, and
the Triton's not participate. He is the water boy. He kind of points to us and he said he is.
You don't want to participate, brother? You want to sit out and just give people water?
Yeah, and he kind of just like you see a little spout of water like come out of his hands. Like, yeah, I'm just here to help.
He's much more of a merchant type, if you will, rather than an athlete. Unlike these magnificent pieces of man meat here, the mighty wall of Alcides, the wall of Acros, and stone, and the one and only Stone Cold Frank.
The group is down some fighters tonight. Got sick, went out, partied last night.
Now speaking of which, where exactly do we?
But the man who's gotten final say-so on this is Morrow. I think this is a great idea. Maybe I can. Morrow runs the joint. This is his whole operation.
Now where is that man anyway? We need to speak to him.
And so then Morrow walks in. He's a little guy who looks like he used to, wrestle all the time himself. He goes, there he is, and kind of walks in this like black toga, and he's got rings all over his fingers. He's definitely made like a ton of money from this. He almost looks like he could be someone of a higher class. And he goes, get the shit together. Let's get it going. This needs to be a great show. So and so. You're losing to fire to the fire giant. So and so. You make sure you go out at the work your angle. And he's just kind of like talking, just loud, kind of management style. And then he's like, Hercules, it's gonna come down to you and one other. You guys work it out in the ring. And so.
Jack just kind of clears it. Excuse me.
What do you want?
My name is Jack Atlas. I am the founder of the Atlas Association. I wish to sponsor / add my own athletes into the ring, if you will. If you would so kindly hire them and make them a part of your show. Here I have the mighty Alcides, the Wall of Acros, and Stone Cold Frank. They are both highly prized, highly capable fighters, and I feel like they'd make a great addition to your show.
He kind of walks back and forth looking. He eyes Alcides. This guy's definitely a soldier, but soldiers don't always make the best performers.
You never know.
You any good in the ring?
He is a very capable man.
Talking to Alcides.
Well, I'm good at following orders, so you just tell me what to do, and I can do it. But if I have any input on what I do, I believe I could be very well at standing there and getting hit, and as my name says, being a wall.
You've got to put on a show. You can't just stand there. But it's fine. If you're gonna lose, that's fine. But just do it with style. And then like walks over to Doth, and he goes, I like the shtick. I like the mask, the cape. All of this could be really good here. The hammer's gonna have to go, but I do like the hammer or the maul. Kind of reminds me of a painting I've seen before. But
You can think of me as the flaming skull of death. My face erupts in like green flame.
Of death.
Bro, that's sick.
I'll take the lot. I'll pay you all 100 gold coins if you can just do a decent show tonight.
Wonderful.
And you can split it
And
amongst
if you
yourselves.
can, I would enjoy some sort of if you would allow us to either promote our stuff or some sort of sponsorship with you to really help plug the name and get out the word of the Atlas.
Well, then you should be
Association.
paying me for that.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We'll pay. How much would that be?
How about not tonight, but next show I'll put up one of your banners for 100 gold coins and we'll just call it even.
Yes, wonderful. We swear.
Wait, you're speaking for the rest of you? Are you sure you
Wait,
can
no,
do
no,
that?
no, Jack. Like, what do you like?
You guys are welcome to jump in over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, I think we need to
Come
take
on,
Jack
come on, what do you-
aside.
What do
Very,
you
very,
think? Like, okay,
come
let's
this
wait
way.
for 1 second.
Here, I already cast Suggestion. I want to just cast Suggestion.
You're gonna cast it on Morrow? All right.
No, I wanted to
Jack,
cast
okay,
it on
like,
Atlas,
excuse me,
on
let
Jack.
me
Just
just-
Oh,
Doesn't-
Jack, yeah.
but if I do,
So
that
Hulk
drops
steps
the
in.
one
Hulk's
on
is like,
Hulk.
you know, I think these guys can help us out. I think we really
If
need
you- if you
extra.
excuse
I
me
need
for
some
1
extra guys to
second.
throw around tonight. And then Morrow's like, yeah. He goes, listen, you guys give me whoever's gonna be that I'm putting out there tonight. Give us a show. And he pretty much kind of puts his hands like, you know, you guys, let's see what you can put together real quick. And so this is you all kind of role playing out maybe a fight or however you want to do it. Or he's just kind of he's looking for something. And what do you guys do? Or,
We do have some fascinating stories. How about we
I
tell
say
the
maybe-
time we killed the Hydra. The Hydra. That was a
This is a
fun time.
This is a wrestling fight. So
Alcides
Alcides is actually trained in wrestling.
Let's fight.
Oh.
Let's just straight up fight.
All right, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
Jack.
let's do it.
Well, boys, you have put on a show.
so you
Calix is
can-
looking at Doth like, yeah, let's go, bud.
Hulk
Just a
Hercules,
little-
Mr. Hercules, may I give you a pitch? I think this would be a good line for you. Maybe if you say, you know, this rhyming kind of phrase, maybe you could tell them to intimidate your opponent. I'm gonna make your liver quiver and your knees freeze. Maybe that'll really intimidate them. Might want to try
I
that.
like it. You make the liver quiver.
And yeah, the
knees
knees.
freeze.
Yeah, out of
like
fear.
real knees freeze. And he's like, yeah. He said, you're more than a good water boy. He might be a good PR guy. He says, He goes, Morrow, look what I brought you. These guys are
Yes,
good.
courtesy of the Atlas Association.
Fair enough. If no, at this point, Morrow's like maybe it's, you know, it's getting close to the hour of the game. Maybe I don't need to see anything from them. I would like a persuasion from Jack. You've been talking the most, I know, and then your
Yeah.
Calix has a suggestion, so it's gonna be from you, Calix. But I mean, it's gonna be from you, Jack. But it will be advantage for the suggestion that was put on, so you get advantage.
Okay.
Yes, 17. I will take.
All right. He goes, fine. Suit up, be ready to go on at 6. I'll explain the rules a little later. Stretch, do that stuff. I'm not responsible for if you crack your head, you any sprain. He just got to rattle off a list of things, the bodily injury that could happen to you in the ring, and he's just like, nah.
Don't worry, already happened
And
to me
then
before. We're
he's
good.
like, gives you this contract to sign, and as long as everybody signs it, you're in to go. He's like, Atreus, he even signs you in for a water boy on the floor, but if you need to make the show better, he's like, you jump in there, you know, and like walks away. Any last words before the kind of, or what do you want to do before? Because you've probably got like a little bit of downtime before the.
Make sure
what are we
you
doing?
plug the Atlas Association, whatever else you want
Hulk
to. plug in.
Hercules is already going to plug the Atlas Association.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, we need to come
Don't
up
worry,
with
your boy Calix took care of it.
We need to come up with a gig or something. Do you any of you lot have any ideas of what exactly you lot could?
I've got maybe an idea.
All right,
Maybe
spit it out.
Doth, you look pretty menacing. I could look pretty menacing too. Maybe Alcides takes on the two of us.
Work. But then again, who here knows the most about wrestling?
Alcides.
I know about combat wrestling, not really
Yeah.
performance.
I mean,
Yeah,
Chad,
Hulk
who-
always goes through and tries to. He's like, "Hey, just remember when this happens, when a guy grabs you, just kind of go with the flow." He kind of is putting down some of like giving you some just pointer tips on how not to actually how to like fake a punch, and how to like follow through it, how to stop when you do
Jack
it.
is just taking notes. Fascinating, interesting. Do tell more.
Hey, Alcides, it might just be easier to fight, like just straight up fight. I mean, I can heal, you can heal. We'll get through it. We just beat the living shit out of each other for real. We don't have to make it any
Speaking of which,
bullshit.
Well, the thing is, you won't be fighting each other. You'll be in a Rumble Royale. You will be starting with a number of you in the ring, randomly chosen. Every 6 seconds or so, another fighter will jump into the fight. The fight will start to grow and grow, but the point of the match is you cannot pin a party. You can only either KO them or throw them out of the ring. We will be using in the fight, in addition to any of your abilities, magic is not something you can use in the fight. Actually, since I'm going over, I'll go over the rest of the rules here.
Can we start off with having used magic before?
That's fine. Like if it was like, as long as it was like right before you walk out, and it's like in the background, that's fine. It will last for like, some like it's going to last a minute or something like that. If it's like a mage armor or something like that. Let's see here.
Yeah, I feel like a bull with a flaming skull floating / flying into the ring would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
let's see.
Jack just kind of realized. Oh, crap,
Well,
need
actually,
to
I was
get
thinking about
Astra in
doing
here.
I was thinking about doing some promotion for the Fleecemayne Lion Company. Actually, alter
That's
self
still
to
a
turn
thing?
myself into a Fleecemayne lion.
Okay, yeah, no.
Personally, I'd like
I
to.
guess if
I'd
that's
like to
still a
separate
company-
my wrestling identity and my real identity. So
Sounds
All
good.
right, yeah, okay, yeah, you can totally do that.
So if you're going
speaking
thank
of
you.
which-
I appreciate your allowing me to do that. That's very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Whatever ideas you got, if you think you can make it work, go ahead. As long as you put on a good show, as the man said, put on a good show, entertain the crowd, play it up if you want.
Jack. I want you to understand something. I do not work for you. Okay.
Alright.
I'm willing to work with you, but I do not work for you.
All right.
Okay.
Noted. Well,
Just so we're
that's-
clear.
Jack, you only have one employee. So right now.
Yeah, good point.
And it is a thesis.
God. He's
All
like,
just
"Ah,
doing this out of the
right."
good of our hearts.
Right. Jack's like,
Yeah.
right,
And
forgot. None of you work for me. Oh, right.
I'm just trying to help you.
LCD's costume will pretty much be what they wore in the movie 300. So
Yeah.
no actual breastplate, just straight
Just
muscle.
straight
with-
I guess
muscle.
while all this is going on, well, Jack is like, well, thank you so much for doing this for me. It really means a lot to me. And if you ever need something of me, I will gladly help you.
You guys can do
I
like,
cannot thank you enough for doing this for me and my company. Just really helping putting the name of my company out there for me.
No problem.
I
Just
cannot
take us
thank
to
you
Asphodel.
enough.
Yeah.
That's yes, that I can. If that is what you want, I can absolutely do. I'm in your debt for this.
So going
Speaking of
back,
which, he's gonna go if he can. I would imagine now he's part of an official thing.
1 second, Jack. I
Yeah.
need to finish explaining
Sorry.
the way the match will work. You will be able to use, and unless you break out your weapons, you will be able to use your unarmed strike, which is you're proficient in, striking with, and it does your strength +1 damage when you're punched that way. And that's why that could take forever. So that's why you can also use your action to shove. And if you can get that shove off, you can push someone 15 feet enough to knock them out of the ring, or you could grapple them so that someone else can help you shove it. You can use grapples in this fight. Another thing about and something else that I'm adding to this is something called a maneuver. And the way maneuvers work is they are athletics or acrobatic moves that inflict prone on the creature, and you get advantage on them when you have someone grappled. So if you wanted to do, that's why you grapple, it's pretty much a maneuver. And then those, instead of doing your standard unarmed strike damage, they do your unarmed strike plus d6 damage. So you've got your unarmed strikes, you've got your maneuvers, you've got your grapples, and you got your shoves. And then of course you can be creative like as well anything else, but this fight would take place similar to an initiative rolled combat.
Do we have binds and traps and stuff like that? Like the arm bar.
That would be a maneuver. It's just me making it really, dumbing it really down. You can say I'm doing an arm bar, and you're going to do a maneuver, and it's going to do d6 damage on the person, and it's going to prone them. Or unless if you want an arm bar, you could say maybe an arm bar would be in a maneuver where you're going to just you're going to sap energy from them, so you're going to keep them grappled, and they're not going to go to prone, but you're going to still
actually a Russian.
A Russian. Okay, so yeah. Well, I'm not prolific in
Sorry,
any of this stuff. So Jack, this is all you. You call all the you between you and Doc, you call all the real stuff.
I was almost state champion for 220s back in 2020. So
nice.
Okay, so Jack, you've got I'm sorry, Calix. You've got like a high charisma. Do we have anybody that's like emceeing the show?
They have MCs that will be there, but yeah, somebody trying to take, I won't have us go back to a role play with Morrow if somebody's going to try to convince, if somebody wants to
could
MC the show and become
because
like a
for one, my unarmed strike is 0 damage.
Yeah, I'll put you in charge of then making all the calls of everything.
Jack's playing the role of the manager, so it wouldn't really make much sense if he were to participate. I mean, maybe we can.
But Jack, aren't you wrestling? Did you say you were
He's
going in?
Sponsoring them. He got it as their manager.
Got it.
And they're kind of his athletes.
Right. So he's playing boss right now. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of looks at Calix like, well, I can teach you to throw a punch. And if you want, you could.
He's gonna just try and throw a punch, and and you don't feel a thing when it hits you. He's just gonna sit down and pray and just see if Phoenix will. Please, I am pretending to be a made-up person.
Oh yeah, Jack. It's kind of just dawning him. Remind me again why you wanted to participate in this wrestling thing. If you were to actually take a punch, I think it'd be quite obvious to anyone else what exactly you're made of.
I think before I enter, I'm going to cast enhance ability on myself for dexterity, and it says I can drop from 20 feet without taking any damage.
Jack, can you pull your punches? Like if you do your maneuvers and stuff, can you do it in such a way that you could do it on Calix, making it convincing that you're actually grabbing his arm, which is size of a tree trunk as opposed to a little twiggy branch or whatever.
And remember, all the damage you're doing on these fighters, if they go to 0, they're just knocked out. You're not killing anybody unless.
But then again, Jack's not participating in this fight. He got in. He's pretending to be your guys' manager, and you're his athletes.
And Phoenix will figure it out.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if anything, they're like, well, that is a good idea. So if anything, one of you should absolutely, one of you could please partner up with Calix so he doesn't accidentally shoot.
Out somewhere in the arena, people are cheering and
speaking of which,
selling baguettes of bread that they're passing out to the crowd.
Speaking
Chariots
of which,
are flying over. Hold on.
Sorry.
People are cheering. The announcers are like, "This is going to be a wonderful show. The Rumble Royale is here. Can't wait to see Hulk Hogan's." And I hear there's a new batch of them that are going to be coming out. We'll get those names soon, Rob. But and what was the guy's name? Jack, what was your guy's name? I know he wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, it was
Frank.
Stone Cold Frank.
Stone Cold Frank.
Yeah.
Yes, Stone Cold Frank. Don't expect too much from those guys tonight. As we start to prepare for that, little thaumaturge like magically inspired fireworks go off through the air, and we'll take a 5-minute break where you can continue to discuss how you are do this, and I'm going to set this.
I guess while you're coming up with ideas, Jackson will be like, well, if you could please come up with some ideas. I'm going to go get Astro. I made a deal with that boy, and I do not wish to disappoint. I'm a man of my word, and if it disappointed myself, I wasn't able to keep my word. I'm gonna go retrieve Astro.
Am I able to do vicious mockery? Because shit talking is a thing in wrestling.
And I fast forwarded, so when we come back, we'll go to the match. But yeah, you're pretty much welcome to do anything that would be super easy downtime stuff, like going to shop or whatever.
Yeah, no, Jack's gonna head back to the shop, tell his most trusted employee what he's finding.
I'll allow vicious mockery. Yeah.
He's gonna go.
Perfect.
Jack's gonna go.
Would you allow me to use my?
It's just perfect for wrestling. Yeah, it's like anything like that. Anything where like the spell doesn't necessarily have to have a physical, or I mean a visual component that like is super flashy. You know, like maybe even like a mage hand or something like that, where it can kind of almost look like. I'm sure it's almost like wrestlers are kind of pulling things and cheating a bit when they use their magics. But something like a orb of a chromatic orb or something like that. It's gonna.
I guess I could try and do a bless.
Yeah, bless would be fine. Completely here for all that stuff. So anything you can use like that, lay on hands, cure wounds, sure. Yep.
Could Callus for some reason have charisma being his unarmed strike, maybe summoning some instead of his longsword going like a
if you
like
want, Jack can. If you can disguise the gauntlet, Jack can.
Well, it would be hiding. It would be hiding under my disguise.
Yeah, but I think Jack's like, if you need, here, take my gauntlet. Make sure you disguise it. Maybe this will feel much more like a punch.
I'm all good, but I can summon any sort of weapon. But
yeah, if you guys need if you guys need like a quick heal or something, you can like pretend to come over to get water from me, and I can do like a what's it called? A cure wounds on you, since it's like a touch.
Oh, Atreus, I'm full on planning on bringing you into the ring.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, you lot seem to have this handled. Again, thank you. I cannot express enough how grateful I am you're doing this for me. Thank you.
Just take us
so
to
much.
Astro.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go retrieve little Astro. I'm gonna go get to Astro. I'm gonna go get. I'll close up the shop and go bring the two of them over here.
I could cast heroism at 2nd level to target one other person, and then pretty much you gain, what is it? Where'd he go? Yeah, gains temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting modifier at the beginning of each of their turns.
So, okay, internal scripting. Guess in LCDs, you probably got the best chance of getting to like the final round with Hulk.
Hulk Hercules.
Hulk Hercules.
What we could probably do is like, if you could hang on to me, I'll cast fly on myself, and just the coolest way to take me out, if it's like comes down to like someone else is gonna take me out, you just look like you're pulling like a Super Saiyan kind of thing.
Or so you can just charge at Alcides, and he'll pretty much just like flex on you, and then you just bounce off of him out of the ring. But you can use fly to like launch yourself ridiculous distance.
Yeah. How would you guys feel about? It's probably considered cheating. Probably. I have a sleep spell, so like if you guys like, I can just like cast someone to sleep while they're.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah.
No, I think we're good. I want to see if I can actually summon some brass knuckles as my hex/pact weapon.
Do we have anything that we can use to communicate internally without like?
We can use minor illusion.
Do you have like a message?
Yeah, we don't have any like message or something to really communicate with people. I don't know. Maybe we could come up with like signals.
That would be good. Like if you want to take a fall or something like that.
Yeah, you guys come
like
up with
wipe
that.
your
Jack's,
brow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's just he's kind of gone off to go retrieve Astro. He's gonna go close up shop and bring his 2 employees over to really come watch the show. So he's not here at the moment since he feels.
What were you saying, Rick? What were you saying? You said something about trying to also promote the Fleecemayne company. What? I didn't really hear what you were saying about.
Ancient spirits of power, transform this Minotaur form into the Silver Lion. like I'll go ahead and do the like green flames like burst just so it flames up for a bit, and then
Yeah.
alter self in order to like basically change my appearance. It doesn't change my size or anything like that, but I'm already big. My hands become like these wicked looking claws, and my hair grows like really long and like silvery. My face kind of like, well, I guess like the horns would probably like turn into a mane in some way, shape, or form. Just
Wait, don't you get like your unarmed strike become like 1d4 slashing? Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
magical on top of that. So
Yeah. The only time that part of alter self has actually been useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll give me a bonus action, a bonus to attack, and look cool at the same time.
Yeah,
So
I can cast a little fog cloud to look like what's it called? Like a smoke machine, you know, like behind you. Like, yeah.
I thought this was gonna be more fake. I thought it was like, oh yeah, no, this is just acting. I was like, this is perfect. This is what Calyx is made for. He's not made for this. Yeah, exploring and fighting without his weapon. That's
okay. The other thing that we need to do is get some bets going. So somebody needs to go find whoever's running the tables and get some bets down.
Definitely.
But don't people know? Oh wait, okay. So wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say people know it's fake, but they don't know who's gonna win. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we could.
And also somebody who can disguise themselves as like random people, so we don't get caught betting on ourselves or whoever. Be a good way to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. On that's more Calyx's route. Yeah. Yeah. Verbal semantic. Okay. Wait, it doesn't seem. Wait, hold on. I'm reading something.
How about the? Oh wait, no, the kid's not there anymore, right? We could have. No, he like transfer it back for us.
And we need to detect magic, detect evil, detect undead, detect everything on that kid because I don't trust him.
As a player, I don't trust him. Calyx would totally trust him. And
Dot doesn't trust anybody, so like anybody that like magically shows up to help us, it's immediately just completely in that zone.
Shady
Ooh.
kid.
We're talking about
trust
the little
LCDs.
orphan, the little orphan freaking Jack just hired on. We talking about that kid, or we talking about someone else?
We live in a world where gods can disguise themselves as anybody.
Good
so pretty much
point.
that means that anybody could be a god in disguise. That's kind of how
We live in a world where
runs his
Calyx
life.
can be a thing.
God.
You see, yeah,
Jack
that is
doesn't
the thing.
care.
So
He just sees free
That's
help.
exhibit A.
He just sees free help. This kid seems all right. He seems willing to work for him. Jack doesn't give a shit.
and you seem naive.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could say that about Jack.
Alcides doesn't need any of the rewards from any quests because already set up with Malcolm. I get a salary from being a soldier of Akros.
I need to set that up because Calyx doesn't want gold. So if any of you guys have extra half plate lying around,
I can make you pot plate. It's not a problem.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he can try and make it out of this new metal he found.
Yeah, I just need time.
See, Calyx is
And
a
money.
little too. Okay, later, not now, because Calyx is very like, still very mad at you.
I'm
still mad at Calyx. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah. All right. As players, we're not mad at each other, but as characters, no, we're furious.
Yeah.
Does Jack Atlas as a monk have calligraphy?
I don't think so. He can
Yeah,
speak
forgery,
five
kid.
languages, but I don't think he has calligraphy.
I thought monks got pretty much calligraphy or something else, like guaranteed.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yes,
I've
you
got
get one
target
tool.
for. I've got. Let me see here. I don't think. Let's see. We're talking about. Is this in terms of like tools or just skills in general?
So it'd be proficiency with calligraphy tools, but
Oh yeah, no. I picked it with. Yeah, I cooked it with cooking utensils. Yeah, I didn't get that. Now I don't have that with tools. Now I don't have it with proficiency with Okay, so I'll tell you the tools Jack is good with.
I just wanted you to write the wall
No,
across
he.
Alcides' chest.
In theory, he
I could do that
does
with
have
prestidigitation.
cartographer skills, so if in theory he does have some pretty neat handwriting.
Yeah, but calligraphy is a separate skill in D&D, specifically for writing.
Yeah.
I could have a prestidigitation that says the wall on your thing for an hour.
As long as it doesn't require concentration, then yeah, just
No, it doesn't. It just lasts for an hour. It's pretty slow.
cool.
Or just a picture of a brick wall on the middle of his chest, just a brick wall right there. That's
Gonna put a brick wall, but like hide some like a symbol of Phoenix in there.
Nah, just the words the wall.
No, the wall, but like maybe in the A, just a little upside down hidden symbol of Phoenix. Hopefully that you wouldn't be able to see, but you know, well,
I mean, it's right on my chest. I wouldn't really be able to look down at it.
yeah, but like really, really small. Like
No,
teeny,
I'm saying
tiny.
like I wouldn't be able to see it if it was right
Oh
on
yeah,
my
true.
chest.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I haven't been tagging things with prestidigitation more. That's the only reason why I took the spell.
All right. So, as some of the announcers are kind of talking here, they realize they're walking out as the fireworks are going off. The crowd is cheering. One of the announcers kind of gets someone like whispers in his ear. He's like, "Oh, well, looks like I'm out." And so who is it? You, Atreus, that's replacing? That's going to be announcing.
No, I thought it was Calyx.
Calyx. Oh, Calyx. So the Calyx. So he's just like, oh, he watches Calyx. So what does Calyx look like when he walks up here and replaces the announcer at the table?
That's actually really funny. So, hey,
He does. You don't have to go through a whole thing.
do any of you know who John Madden looks like? What John
Yeah.
Madden looks like?
Yeah.
You do
Yeah,
that
okay.
wall?
Looks like a Greek version of it. Just-
he kind of walks out.
Yeah, just walks over and is like holding this like pen looking thing and like immediately starts drawing on imaginary screen and just drawing a yellow line and just be like, you see, all the fighters are gonna walk through here and you see they're all gonna do this, and just all these yellow lines are kind of showing up like minor illusions that just end up dissipating. So he's drawing on the field.
Got it. So the other guy's kind of looking like, huh. Behind him in this private area, there is Jack.
I
Atlas.
guess in between that, Jack went off to go close up shop and go collect his 2 employees, especially Astros. It's, you know, he
Bravo
promised.
Astros.
Yeah.
Astros is there with his bread, like chomping away, ready to see the action. Hulk has already made his way into the arena. He's like doing his thing to the crowd. Roll initiative, which for anyone who is a combatant, which is only a few of you, will set the stage for when you come out. So actually, go ahead and roll or anyone. I do want, even for those who are not, still give me initiative. Since even when you're doing your role play, to put you in some.
Got it. I will do my initiative. No advantage.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's
Jack
relatively
Atlas
low.
at a 10. Got Calyx at. So no, I don't have Calyx's yet. Did you get Calyx? 9.
Yeah.
Well, luckily we're not in combat.
Atreus.
11.
11. Okay. Cedes.
I got a big ol' 8.
Ooh,
Real glad we're
it's
not
a tough
in
one this
combat.
Boy.
Doth.
I got a 10.
10.
Oh boy.
All right, so it would be in between Doth and Alcides. I'm going to treat Osirian and Rakira as combatants as well, who are just going to be in the ring with you, kind of like at some point. So yeah, they'll go in. I'm going to roll. I'm not even going to add their initiative. I'm just going to roll d20s for them and put them in my So I've got Rakira to 6. And I've got Siren. To 16. No, that won't. Still only the players coming in first will count. Okay. So going in here, this first round, as things begin, the crowd is like settling in. They play this generic like music that's supposed to be like people on flutes and stuff and lutes are playing for the next person coming out, and that will be Doth at 10. So Doth, any way you make your way to the arena is fine, as you are marching out there and in the ring with any grand entrance you want to make. If not, then crowd's like,
I believe Atreus was going to help us out with a grand
yeah,
entrance.
Atreus, go ahead.
Yeah, as they're walking out, I'm casting a little bit of a fog cloud to look like kind of like a smoke machine behind them, as they start ramping up the crowd.
Woo! People are
And
like,
do we have like Toll the Dead on like some crickets or something? Boom. Boom.
Oh, Calix is just gonna cast Minor Illusion, just heavy, boom, like the entrance to AC/DC. Just walking in.
Let's see, and then
You just hear Jack yelling, "Put on a good show for me! I didn't hire you for nothing.
Thankfully, you didn't hire us.
I'm gonna have like
Put it
a
on the show as your manager. Like, make your manager proud. Show him what he's show these 2-bit nobodies what.
I'm gonna sleep him real quick.
Doth, go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to use prestidigitation in order to make my eyes sort of like glow with like silver flames. That I'll have my like cloak sort of like hunched over, just sort of like walk out through the mist, and then like use the prestidigitation to sort of like make the cloak do the whole epic bellow in the wind business.
Love it.
And yeah, I used alter self in order to change my form to that of a silver-maned lion. So
so he looks like a leonin almost.
Yeah, he's like completely like steel white lion guy, not wearing any armor or anything like that, because I don't think we're allowed to. I'm assuming this is just like spandex only. Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's probably like a little loincloth kind of deal. Well, here's the thing, it's not full on real pancration. So like for example, if it's part of your character, they let you get away with it. So for example, Alcides is not wearing a breastplate, but he's still wearing his helmet, right? Isn't that what you said? Yeah, so you can do something like that. So yeah, your AC, in that way your AC is pretty much like your dex, it's your standard 10 plus your dex. Yeah.
And then I guess if Atreus has any of his purple cloth that he's been selling, I'd like to use that as sort of like I don't know, like not a loincloth, but just sort of like
Welcome to. Hulk walks up. He's like, he claps your hands. He's like, all right, brother, let's put on a good show. All right, just he goes, now remember, I still need to be in this ring at the end because I'm supposed to win it. And then he goes for an unarmed strike, like a kind of fake boom, and like steps into Doth for the first one. So he was actually higher on the poll, so he's going first. That's why I'm starting first.
Sounds good.
He rolls. Hit you. 15 to hit.
Let's see. I believe my AC is only like 10. So.
Okay. So yeah, it would hit you, and then he would just do his. He would do. He's pretty high. He would do 4 damage.
Oh.
So he's like, all right. He kind of goes, "You're good." And he goes, kind of looks out to the crowd, and then he's like, "Let's milk it a little bit." You can tell he's got more blows to go. He's like, "We'll make this look good." And he steps back. And
I'm like, look at him, like, he's hit me, and I'm gonna get pissed off.
yeah, good stuff.
Roar!
Your turn, because you now on Doth, followed by. I mean, actually, Atreus would be Atreus. If there's anything else you're doing, I imagine you've done all that mist and smoke. Is there anything you want to do in this moment?
No.
Okay, so Doth, you can get at it.
Okay, I'm gonna land him with 2 attacks.
Okay. And remember, you can do put. Yeah, and there will be other combatants that you'll want to keep them from like pushing like Hulk out or you or getting you out of the match, you know.
All right.
And you actually do get paid. Actually, just thinking on the spot, I think he asked you up for 100, but if you actually win, you could get paid out a lot more. So.
All right, I'm gonna move forward, put my foot behind the back of his calf, reach up, grab his neck, and just slam him over my leg down to the ground.
All right, so that's a maneuver where you're going to give me athletics check against his. He's going to go athletics to athletics, so whoever's stronger.
Oh, okay.
He's going to try to front with you, so he's going to go because it's really because in the rest of they're trying to pull off the fake move, but you're trying to pull it off and make sure it looks right. So it could, if he reads it wrong, you know, it could not work. So he'll go at disadvantage, but you still have to pull it off. Yeah.
Okay.
So athletics. What'd you get again?
Well, the first time I was just attacking him, so that was a 25.
Oh, you just attack. Oh, okay. When you said like, I thought it was like a maneuver because you're trying to prone. Remember, I was like, if you prone them, then that gives it. But if you're just going because otherwise your regular attack just gives him your unarmed strike damage. So you do hit him.
I was trying to give flavor to my unarmed strike.
Got it. Unarmed strike flavor. You got it. He'll take how much of that? So your strength +1.
It's gonna take 6 total.
Kind of staggers back.
And then the second one, just spinning back kick.
Okay.
For a natural 20.
Ooh, hits him.
So double the 6 points, 12?
Yeah, just the 12. So you back kick him and he goes boom, he slams against this like hard mat. And he looks up at you like, take it easy.
And then I like turn and roar to
Give him
hell. At this moment, we're pretty much back up at the top because no one else is in the ring. Syrian comes running down and jumping in and moves in just to try to create some flavor. He goes, I know we're working together, and he kind of comes in, kind of clockwork. People are kind of in awe by like the clockwork, man creature thing that he is, and he'll try to do a grapple on for 17 on.
Malcolm, if you don't mind, like once it hits my initiative, can I like do a little commentary?
Absolutely. You can actually do commentary even outside of your initiative, and then so yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna probably skip over you unless you're in the. So just feel free to get in there. Yeah. Actually, that's actually what I prefer.
Yeah. Hulk Hercules is taking a pretty good fight right here. He might have a little bit of difficulty right here. And oh shit. All right. Well, whatever the fuck that is. All right. I think he's like a vampire water thing. I don't quite know, but let's see what he's got.
Did you beat that 17 for athletics, or you could could also be dexterity, go under his arm for Doth?
Yeah, just athletics. I'm sitting up, take me out.
What'd you get?
Got a grand total of 7.
Ooh, so he comes in from behind and locks you up, and then he's just like, shouldn't. I'll try to make this, not to hurt too much. And he's kind of like trying to lift you up, Doth, to go like to kind of like suplex, but he has not done it yet. He's just literally just has you grappled right now, and you and him are just kind of tussling there in the ring. We will then move to Atreus. Anything for you? Otherwise, anything for you, Jack? And then because what's Doth, and then then we can continue to move on.
Like, yes, that's it. You show them how it's done.
Where's LCDs?
I'll see.
I rolled an 8, so.
Oh, geez, he's at the. Alcides is after Calyx, so yeah, Alcides should have been. Alcides, you should be coming in right after Doth, Jack, Calyx, and then Alcides. So yeah, I'm gonna
Jack's
send you
just
in.
kinda
If
yelling
these
at
guys
him.
don't say or do anything, I'm gonna send you in now.
Yeah, Jack's just kind of yelling, like just kind of give him fake coaching tips. Just kind of comment like, "Yeah, you show him how it's done." Yeah, he's just kind
Just
of
drawing lines all over the field, just yellow lines that looks like a football play. But he just an absurd amount.
yeah.
And you see the lines forming around you. You have no idea what's going on.
Jack isn't doing much. He's
So
just
as they
kinda
send in, suddenly there's another boom and another. Oh, they're sending in another combatant. Alcides, how does he make his way to the arena?
Let's see. I kind of drop down from between where Hulk Hercules is and Doth.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of help Hulk Hercules up.
Okay, so I'm gonna front this whole. You would never make it there all the way from there, but yeah, you're gonna move over here and help Hercules up for this turn, since we're kind of like.
Also cast Divine, or I cast Heroism on him and myself.
Okay.
So at
Remind
the
me
beginning
what
of
it
his
does.
turn, he gets 4 temporary hit points
Okay,
on each turn for as long as I keep concentration.
that's on Hulk.
Yep.
Okay.
And on myself as well, because I cast that at 2nd level.
Okay.
So that'll keep us both in the fight a lot longer. Then I'm going to say, you wish to get to the Hulk, you must first breach a wall.
And I probably, because kind of going back, because Doth, because you're at the end of that last combat round, so I need to bring in Alcides. But did I skip over you, Doth? Did you do anything this turn? Because you fought Hulk, you just got grabbed by Osirian, but now I think it's back on you still.
Oh, for this round?
Yeah. Or did you just cast a spell or something?
No. Last thing I know, I was choke slamming and then spin kicking.
Oh, you choked on a spin kick, but then that was the first round. So we're still on the second round, so I think you still have something you could do.
In that case, I'm gonna throw Osiren from over my shoulder. So I'll shift my weight, drop it so that I've got a good hold on the back of his head. Just like roll my body weight and just try and send him flying if I can at Hulk.
Your best way is to just hit a shoulder roll.
Are you trying to push him out of the ring?
He's not trained.
Is the goal to get him out of the ring or just on the mat?
No, the goal is to just throw him into the air, hopefully hitting Hulk.
Okay.
If I may.
Nice.
Sorry, I've actually done that.
I understand.
So much fun.
Give me a athletics maneuver. So go ahead and make the athletics check, and then Hulk will make a acrobatics save, try to dodge out of the way.
I hit him with a natural 20.
Oh, he does not make it. Just yeah.
I love that this is on D&D Beyond.
So he gets thrown, and as he's taking that blessing from that heroism from Alcides, he gets hit, and that prones Hulk again. Drop down. So give me. So your strength is 6 plus a d6.
Okay.
So I think that's what your strength is. Automatic 6 on the unarmed strike.
Yes, strength, unarmed strike, plus the magic that I have from the altar.
Okay, and then a d6 for the maneuver itself. Whatever. Tell me what you get.
How do you clear dice? There you
There you go. Yeah, we found it.
2.
All right. Got it. All right, so it takes 2.
And then times 2 because it's a 20.
Oh, yep.
Or yeah.
All right. So good moment of damage there. There was kind of like tussling, fighting, and then that next round kicks in, and it's like here comes like some of the the others are starting to release. Oh, and so this is something that the guy next to Calyx, because I know you're acting like you're also. He's like they're releasing them 2 at a time as 2 wrestlers come running down. One looks familiar as everyone sees him. It's Wolverino without the claws as he comes sliding over the top, and another Leonin will enter the field.
Now we got a fan favorite into there.
Yeah.
Wolverino. I've never seen him personally. I've heard from great deal of friends that he is amazing. Astounding. But where's his claws? Normally he has these claws. And I was a little bummed to see that, Yeah, you guys know? Yeah. So
Well,
and he
this is a
kind of
moment
draws
to-
claws on him.
To get up. He will then he will use he'll use shove. So I pretty imagine that he's trying to pick up Osiris, even though Sharon is prone, but he's going to use advantage to shove Osiris out. And since they're not, I'm just going to make I know that Osiris, actually I can look at his AC. So I need to make an athletics check really quickly here. And he does get advantage because that first one will fail. See if it works, because since Osiris was prone as well, he's half his movement to stand up. Okay, well, he fails both of those, so him and Osiris, he has helped him stand up, and they are locked there momentarily as the crowd is kind of roaring and cheering. Siren and Hulk kind of tussle to keep them out of, and then our gladiator comes running in, and he goes, runs in. Hey, I remember you, and he goes, I'm playing for keeps tonight. And he goes to shove Doth with a strength athletics check with everything he's got for 21.
Wait, Doth wasn't with us at the arena.
Oh, Doth wasn't. So he doesn't, just retcon that back. He doesn't remember.
It doesn't matter. I don't know what's real and what's fake. So
Yeah. So 21 to hit. And if you can either dex or athletics check over that, then you'll be pushed 15 feet.
Yeah, I'm just athleticsing this whole fight. So
Yeah.
20. I do have a feature that allows me to arcane deflect.
Ooh, okay.
So
remind me what it does, and maybe that
yeah,
helps you.
basically boost my AC by 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. When you're hit by an attack or you fail a saving throw, you can use your reaction to gain a +2 bonus to your AC against that attack, or a +4 bonus to a saving throw.
The only thing about that is a shove is an actual contest of skills. It's not actually an AC move. What I will treat that is I'll kind of hand wave you a little bit. I'll allow you to re-roll the miss. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because he never struck against your AC. He struck against your. You were supposed to roll against him. So if you failed, if it only makes your AC go up, that doesn't really help you.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just go fly.
You're gonna go what?
I'll just take the hit or.
Take the hit. So he's moved. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's moved. And then this guy goes running across as he's almost like running towards Alcides. That was that. He's here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Up. So he's actually dashed. He'll then run to Hulk and go for a hit on him. Leonin looks strong. He kind of goes into to grapple if he can. Even it's not going to do it to Hulk, so he doesn't get it off. We then move to Atreus. If there's anything he's doing there in the crowd. If not,
yeah, I was going to cast. Can I cast a Shield of Faith on Doth?
yeah.
Okay. I do that. Trying to do it very like discreetly, and I'm just waving a banner at the crowd, and then that's it.
Okay. So just doing Shield of Faith. Okay. So as you pull that off, we then move to Doth. So
Do I not get a turn?
I don't know how I keep passing it. Oh, was that on the last? Did I skip you on the last turn?
So I did turn 1. I didn't get an action turn 2.
Oh, then yeah, you should have. I apologize. Go ahead, Alcides.
Oh, I was just gonna run up and clothesline the Leonin.
Yep. Because the Leonin came in on this turn. So the Leonin wouldn't have been there last turn, was he? This is the first turn they've come in. So that's why I didn't think I skipped you, but okay.
Because I thought I came in on turn 2.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
A 15 plus.
Yeah, you did come in because it's turn 3 right now. You came in on turn 2. The Leonin just came in, so you would be attacking him on this turn.
Yep. So that'll be a 21 to hit.
Okay. But I hadn't skipped you yet because there's other people who aren't in the arena that go before you. That's why. So it's like Atreus is before you, Doth, then Jack, then Calix, and then Alcides. Just so you know. So that's probably what you probably
Okay.
might have seemed like I skipped you again, but I actually did it. Yeah. Not this round I did it. I did last
Is
time.
the initiative Hulk, Doth, Wolverine, Leonin, Alcides?
Right now it is, but then there's more guys coming in that are changing it up. So yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, so I'm clotheslining the Leonin for 4 damage.
Okay, he'll take it. So he gets wrecked by it. For 4 damage. You can tell that a couple hits like that, and it could even KO him.
Yeah, pretty much just ran by with my arm out. Then,
Was prone.
yeah, then I was gonna say for my second attack, kind of do a maneuver to where so first attack was just hitting him with it,
Mm-hmm.
then second attack kind of lifting him up and then actually proning him to the ground with it.
Okay.
I'll roll for
rolling for a second
athletics
attack.
for that.
So this is just this is a maneuver athletics. Okay, not an attack. Okay, got it. And he will try to just athletics back.
All right, that's a 13 plus.
You beat him. You got for by you rolled a 12.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I got a 13 plus a 6, so that would have been 19.
Okay, so then with the maneuver you get your strength plus a d6.
Where'd my d6s go? There he is. It's only a 2, so 5 total.
5. He's holding on. Another hit like that, and he'll probably be knocked out. Easy to roll out of the arena. Little Astro is just like cheering on. He's so excited by what he's seeing. Let's see, I'll see if nothing else happens, and we're moving to turn 4 after Alcides. So Hulk is at the top. He will go for. He starts to like use his actual attacks. Just starts going at. He's gonna go for a maneuver on Osiren, and he will kind of like put his foot on the back, put his hand over and like trip. I don't know what we call it, but like throw him down. He got an 18 on that. So, sorry, I was taking some hints here. And then his second, I'm gonna play them a little more loose since it's not an actual player character. He's gonna then kind of keep that grapple. He's gonna shove him, just trying to get him out of the way. It's a 16. I don't know if anybody wants to roll for Osiren. I think last time I just did his AC. If I do his AC, then he's hit. So he's just gonna push him. That would push. So he gets pushed out.
I was gonna say I could play for Osiren, but he got thrown out. Right.
Okay. Did you want to roll real quick for his would be athletics or strength?
Yeah, no problem. Give me a hot second to get to his page.
After that, to keep things moving, Hulk will just kind of cheer. If it doesn't, then he'll be holding on. If it works, then he'll be out. And then suddenly in comes, they go, oh no, for this round they're bringing in what is this? Let me Roll for
15
Rich.
for Osiris.
What?
15 for Osiris.
He still goes out.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
18.
Never mind. Sorry about this.
And then for who's coming in here? My rules here. All the things to track. So they are bringing in Andros the Giant as he comes marching down, just walking into the arena. This big, literally a giant enters the battle and just
Now,
stands
since the
there.
fish robot got knocked out, they're going to bring in the giant. We're going to see how this is going to go. I don't think he's going to be able to take down Hulk Hercules. If that abomination couldn't take care of him, I don't think what will.
Wolverino will go for Alcides, and let's see. The shove is advantage if I can grapple, but I think he's just going to go for a regular shove. And he goes, "Now I definitely remember you." But Alcides looks at you. He kind of looks at you like tips his hat, like I cleaned up my now. I'm just look where I'm at now. I'm just. He's like, I don't do this to I don't want to die. As he will go for strength check to shove. 21. Did you give me either athletics or dexterity back? It's the same as a grapple, like with the shove. Yep.
Damn, I got a 20.
Ooh. So he pushes him back, and then he very quickly moves in and then tries to do I think what he's gonna he'll go for he's actually gonna go for a regular unarmed strike. He's got 2 he'll do for the unarmed strike. He'll just kind of stand so he can hit either one. So he's going to try to hit both of them. The first one, his bash is a 19 to hit Doth. And then damage would only be 5. And then he will do... But Doth needs to give me strength save. And then he'll do the same thing for only 10 on. He's trying to do one more and hit Alcides. That one doesn't work. So Doth takes the 5. Alcides is able to block and keep him from pushing him again. As this happens, we move to Atreus and then to Doth. Atreus, you do anything?
Yeah. Can I use Gust of Wind, or is that not one of the spells that you're allowed
You
to
can
use?
try it. It just might, you have to try to make it look like. And what are you going to do with it?
I was gonna push both Alcides, Doth, and Wolverino. I want to do a wind tunnel pushing that
Push them
way.
back the other way.
Yep. 15 feet back.
Got it. Okay, and I doubt that they would be against it, so that would move them. With the wind tunnel.
It's a strength save of 12. I'm not sure if
They would probably automatically want to, fail it, but Wolverino gets a save. So let's see. Strength save. Got a 9. 13 actually. So it was a save of 12.
Oh, perfect. So that would mean that that Doth and Alcides would be in a good position to push out. They would go past him, right? I
guess you're pushing him,
because I think they're gonna.
Then he would stay there.
Yeah.
And Calix is going to try and cover for this, make it not seem like magic. Oh, and you see that Fleecemayne lion guy is just trying to do a quick slide by and using some whatever kind of magic he's got and sliding right by and just the whole thing's covered in a yellow. Nobody can see what happened. He's just drawing all over the field.
Can I have an advantage sleight of hand for Atreus? Make sure no officials, anyone saw him do it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna roll a disadvantage for like the crowd and everything. And I'm not even really adding any mods, so you just gotta beat my disadvantage roll.
It's 15.
Okay. Well, it went from a 20 to a 7, nat 20 to a 7. So no one sees anything. And so like that nat 20 to 7, the disadvantage is the fact that like people are trying to be like, some of this is looking a little fishy. And then like, Calix is in there like talking and sweetening the pie. And they're like, I guess it's all part of the show. People kind of lean back like, yeah, it makes sense. Doth, you're up.
So I guess I would have done like a diving roll into the wind or whatever in order to fail my save.
Yeah.
And then from this vantage point, what's between me?
Give me a turn it. Here's the big lumbering guy that just entered. This is you. Wolverino, who's about to go over if he gets pushed. Here's Alcides. This is the Leonin who is down, who I haven't had to get up yet, and this is Hulk Hercules. Everybody else is over here in the announcers kind of pit.
He slid right by to get the perfect angle to just shove him right off out of the arena.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this is Sparta move and just like kick his ass.
Nice. So he'll try to.
You stole my finisher.
Oh, why don't you, if you guys want, you guys are both Doth, and then you guys really are the only two players that are in the arena, you could go for.
I can delay my action if you want to do it at the same time.
You can do the help, and then you can just both roll and take the highest result. You guys want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. So they go boom, slow motion,
just like spin around and like kick him from both sides.
Yeah.
Are we rolling an attack or is this an athletics?
Alex is gonna cast in minor.
It would technically be shove, because that's what's gonna move in 15 feet. So it's gotta be athletics or acrobatics that you're gonna use to do it. Actually, I think it has to be athletics, but the Wolverino can choose to use acrobatics or athletics to try to block it. So,
okay.
And because it's both of you, he'll take disadvantage on his check. So I'm rolling his now. So your advantage will be the higher of your two, but you won't roll. So you guys won't roll 4 times. You'll roll twice. You'll roll once, but you'll take the highest of the two of you. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
I rolled a nat 20 with a +6 to that, so that's a 26.
So how do you guys send him flying into the crowd?
Yeah, this is Sparta kick.
Ooh. Calix is amplifying anything that he say. Just whatever they're preparing to say, he's just gonna make it shout out throughout the whole room.
So now you guys are kind of starting to get your mojo going. You're like controlling the arena. The vibes are going. Anything from Jack Atlas? If otherwise, he's just sitting like the manager. In comes the giant, walks over to Doth, and will go and use just kind of bring his arms down in this huge kind of club attack.
Yeah, I don't think that the same kind of kick will actually work on this guy. You see, he's just a little bit taller, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. So I don't think it's gonna quite work. But
and he just does 6 damage. And he's just like, let's make it easy on you. Let me throw you out of here. He's like, stay there. He kind of hits you. He hits Doth. Doth kind of collapses to one knee. He's like, all right, I'm shoving you out of here. Make it easy on me. And he's like, goes to grab you. I don't know if you start to tussle back.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I'm under no contract. I'm under no obligation.
Yep.
I'm not really playing along. If you haven't noticed.
He goes to try to grab you. Go ahead, give me. Do you want athletics or dexterity or acrobatics to try to?
I'm just straight up athletics English.
All right, go for it.
6.
And he goes to shove, and you dodge right out of the way. He only rolled a 7 as he staggers through. He says, "I said play to it." And he starts. You can tell he's getting really angry. As he's going, I think we're back at the top with Hulk Hulk goes launching into him, just goes flying into him with an elbow, his own form of shove. Gets a 22. This guy, so the giant tries to go back. Gets the giant will get pushed. Ooh, he's teetering. So Hulk just set that one up. And then as that is happening, the troll skin is making his way down, and this guy comes and jumps in the arena. Another like kind of grisly looking. He looks like he could be human or like some kind of ogre, but he's definitely like almost like tatted his skin in so many ways. It's like super like dark and gray, and he's just kind of moving forward with his hands out, crackling his knuckles. Because it's not his actual turn, but he's in the arena. And then now it is Wolverino's gone out of there. So we move to back to Atreus and then Doth, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Atreus. Anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna. So I imagine I'm standing next to the ring. Right next to the ring. I'm gonna. Can I run onto the ring and try to push the giant back?
Yeah, so wait, what are you gonna, you're over here, right? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna run around on the side, and what are you gonna try, how are you gonna try to do that? Or this one, the troll guy, this would be an easy one to get to. I think you'd have to dash around the ring to get to the.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Because you've been in the water boy, so I imagine you're somewhere, here on the ground, right? You're like outside the ring, but you got easy access.
Yeah.
Trying to make it entertaining, it would be technically cheating. Maybe Morrow just goes for it because it's good with the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just gonna I was gonna do it like in the fanfare, like I was gonna like look like I'm mad, and then like hop into the ring and then try to do like an elbow on one of them.
To Calyx?
Huh?
Is he like within touching distance between Calyx? Like
yes.
Today, Calyx is gonna class fly on Atreus. And Atreus.
And that is Atreus goes. If Atreus wants to delay his action, I'd be totally out for that. And then he does that. And then so when are you okay with? Because you guys are in the in the crowd. And he's like, hey, I can do this for you. But as he's talking to you, Atreus, do you want that, or do you want to be like, no, Alex, I don't need your help?
Oh yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah.
And so he's gonna fly. I guess try to make it like he's leaping into the ring, and then he's gonna try to push this guy out.
Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know if I'm wrong.
Kind of like
him forward, or is he hitting him, or is he maneuvering?
Yeah, kind of like
you can flavor your shove as a maneuver, but it just means that you're actually trying to throw them out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I kind of want to look like in Mortal Kombat, how Raiden he does that flying
it's like I cross a little trail of water.
Yeah.
So it's like in Bison, like you come through this way, but then you hit him that way. Yeah. Okay. He would just kind of like leap into the arena and then hit him to like eject him out the back. Okay, sounds good. If you're delaying your action, then if Jack's Atreus, then so Doth, and then because really Atreus, you're gonna make that happen after Doth's turn. So Doth, you're up.
Did Hulk go, or is he still in the ring? Or
Hulk's the one who just pushed the giant to the edge.
Okay.
He shoved him right to the edge there, because Hulk starts at the top. He's like the first one to go everywhere. So he just shoved the giant. The troll guy jumped in the ring, and then that's where we're at. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think I want to try my new. I want to try my new form and basically get up on the turnbuckle, which in this case is that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up here.
Yeah.
Climbs up, and there are. I imagine the minute you get there, the minute you get to the corner, because it's an open space, so it's easy to throw. Like, there's really no ropes or anything like that. It's really just an open stage. but when you grab onto it, it like these little glyphs go zoom, they kind of light up, and as the glyphs light up, they like these magical like buckle, like ropes appear for you to use them to your advantage.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Climbing up.
Yeah.
All right. And what is he gonna do?
Flying kick onto the giant.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Flying spin kick to try and kick him up.
Yep. I'll give you advantage because you're coming off the buckle. The
Is
giant.
this an athletics check or?
This will be. That's a good question. Because I feel like it's an acrobatics check, but I know some wrestlers do more flamboyant or acrobatics, and some might just be just using your body. So just give me athletics. The giant will try to hold his own with his athletics.
It would be acrobatics if he was trying to land like not prone, but
Not right.
athletics if he landed prone.
All right. So 14. So Doth goes flying out, boom, and kicks him. He stumbles. He rolled a 19. So he just kind of like stumbles, and he's still teetering. He doesn't change, but Doth lands down. It's like, what? He's still there. And he's like, raw.
It's gonna take a little bit more than that to knock down a hill giant.
Yeah, and so shoot. 1 second here. Okay. Where was I at? Okay. So Doth goes, and then if Jack, anything otherwise, anything from you or Calix, and then it's Alcides.
Well, Calix is gonna cast the fly on
Atreus. So now it's that happening. So
Yeah.
so now it's really Atreus.
And now we have entering the ring the flying fish.
What's going on? He's not supposed to. Some people are like, oh, he's so interesting. And the other arena is like, you might want to play up the fact that he was playing Waterboy, and then he's like,
so we have the water boy who was, oh shit, he's actually joining into the ring.
And so
Kinda
Atreus,
freaking
give
out.
me your athletics check at advantage.
Okay. That's going to be a 12.
Rolling for mine. Jeez. 11. So just barely you hit him, and he just like steps back, and then he slides back, and he's like and then like a little bit of that gust of wind just like coming off of you rolls up, and he's like, whoa, and falls out. It's like, shit, and he's like slamming the ground, and little Astro's like, yeah, get out of here, as he's out of the ring there.
Nice. Atreus is like a pumped up. He's like, yeah.
Alcides is up. You there, Alcides?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge forward with both arms outstretched and do a double arm bar, one on the giant, one on Doth.
One on armbar, one on. Okay, got it. Oh, so are you going to make it like you're doing it from? Oh, you're pushing them both out, or you're trying to maneuver this onto both of them? What's the end goal of it? Is it to give them damage? Is it to push them out, or is it to grapple them, or is it to throw them, make them prone? What are you going for?
So it's to push them both out, along with me falling out in quotations.
Oh, okay. So that's giant gets
That's a 18 plus 6 for the giant, so 24.
Oof, the giant will try to hold his own with his athletics. That giant got I shit you not, got a nat 20, so it's a 25. It's just like not going.
Honestly, you've been rolling pretty bad tonight, so might as well give you a good one.
Yeah, it gives me a good one every now and then. Daw?
Yeah. And the one for Doth.
Daw could go out here. This could be
15 plus 6, so 21.
I tied you.
Oh.
Oh, you meets it, beats it. So he does not move. This has been a crazy, battle royale. And I imagine suddenly like Morrow comes out and he like leans over. He's like, I got stuff going on in the back. I don't have the. Oh, this is all we got. This is everybody here. Make it good because no one else is coming out. He's kind of, you hear that, Calix. So this is everything at that moment. Alcides is done. We're at the back, at the top of the round. Hulk Hogan's kind of rushes in, and I don't like NPCs making moves on the big bads, but he'll try. He's gonna try to push him out. So he goes flying forward to clothesline him and to hold himself. So he does get a 24. The giant though, and will roll same thing, athletics. So the crowd goes crazy as Hulk buckles.
I'm just trying to show the giant out of there.
Trying to show Alcides what it is, and it's almost like Alcides couldn't clothesline both of them, and he's like steps back as he's facing both Doth now, but Hulk kind of like kicks him in the groin, and then like punches him in the face, and he staggers back and he goes over, and then Hulk turns like yeah, and then he's like setting up to go toe to toe with you all. Now that Hulk is hearing like, okay, this is it, he then launches into a strike on Alcides with his second strike. He's been holding back some of his actions, so the second strike goes out. This is a maneuver to put you prone for 24. Dang, suddenly now they're coming in.
That's a 24 to save it.
Oh, dang. So like they're locked. Crowd is going wild.
Locked in the heat of combat.
One Leonin who was lying on the ground was just kind of playing sleep, like jumps up and goes rushing forward to hit, like buying his time on the ground there, rushes up and goes to hit, he's still pretty weak, but to hit Atreus with a maneuver. Give me either acrobatics or athletics, Atreus.
Okay. That's an 11.
11. So you beat it. He rolled a 9. So he's going to try to shove you forward. Doesn't happen. This leaves us at so what you see here is the rest of the match. Who's going to come out victorious? Technically, it's supposed to be one person, so this things could get a little hairy if you guys want to go toe to toe with each other. But Atreus, you're up. Then Doth. Then.
I'm going to try to grapple the guy that's in front of me.
Okay. If you get the grapple off and hold him, the next turn you can move him easier, and you get advantage on your maneuvers or your shove or anything else you do after that.
Okay. Yeah, my goal is to try to grapple him and then walk him over to the edge. Okay. That's my end goal. But for right now, yeah, I'm just trying to grapple him.
Okay. He will try to respond. He doesn't have great stats. He rolls an 8.
Okay.
Yep. So you got him grappled. Did you already roll?
No, I haven't rolled.
I don't know why. Yeah, I was
just
strength.
Yeah,
if you beat that, then he's out. He's going to be grappled.
I got a 12.
That gets it. So he's you got him locked up. Why are you?
The flying fish trying to tie up.
And with grapple, you can actually move, but you move half your distance. So if you want to walk him over.
Yeah, I grapple him from behind. I I yell out, "Octopus, squeeze!" And I just start like trying to walk him over to the edge.
You have more than one attack, right? Or only.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I just got that recently. I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, then you can try to shove him off, or you can try to finish move him, or whatever you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just I'm just gonna try to, since I haven't grappled, I just want to just throw him over, just tumble him over.
All right, he's gonna get to disadvantage, so he's gonna roll real low. But just give me your athletics.
I have 10.
Okay. Well, that first roll lets me know he's going over. Okay, he rolled a 4 and a 10. So, how do you want to finish him?
Yeah, I just want to spill him over. I have him because he's short. I kind of just have him around the waist, and I just kind of topple him over.
He goes crashing into the table. You throw him a little too hard. He goes crashing over the table. Calix steps back as Jack's standing there, and the table just splitters into a bunch of bits.
Now you see you took care of my table. Yeah, you gotta pay for that. You know, you can't just keep doing these things. Come on.
Let's see. So we got Atreus just got that. So Doth, you are up. You, Hercules, Atreus, and
I just walk up and like smack Hulk twice. Just boom, boom.
So you're just doing the damage with these?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go for it. Make your attacks.
11 for the first one.
That hit? No, that just misses because he doesn't have his armor. So yeah, it's just. Oh, it was
and the second one is 19.
That hits.
So he takes 6 points of damage.
All right. So he just keeps. He's like, oh! So he's just going every time you hit him. Bam. You know, unless you're hitting him off for real, he's just like.
Oh, I'm hitting him for real. Yeah.
Oh, you hit him for real. So he suddenly.
I haven't pulled a punch.
Okay, got it. So Hulk is like, what? What does you mean? He's like looking around, like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Hulk has also been getting 4 temporary hit points at the start of each of his turns.
Got it. Okay, that helps a little bit. So spin 1, 2, 3. So he would have got. He got like 12 back. I'll say 8.
Well,
yeah, 12.
No, you only get like
the temporary.
I don't think they stack. I think it's just like 4 that refresh.
Or the only 4 refresh. Yeah.
But
This is the
each
first
of the
time
hits-
he's actually taking damage.
Besides the other times Doth hit him.
Okay, yeah. So I think he was only hit with damage when Doth hit him, and then when he got hit by somebody else earlier. So
Yeah, I hit him like twice.
twice. Okay, yeah.
And then I hit him with a person.
Okay, yeah. All right, now
And then I hit him again.
you're gonna keep hitting him, and then so if Doth's just kind of pumped, you guys see he's just like going all in on this guy, like, and you can tell he's like, you can kind of see it's like, oh, this kind of looks real, because you see like Hulk's nose is kind of red, looks like it's about like starting to bleed a little bit.
Mine is not giving up. Boy, he's vicious.
Jack, does Jack want any part of this, or is he still?
I guess Jack's noticing that Dolph really isn't pulling any punches. The Hulk Hogan really isn't looking too good. If that's the case, God, I'm so tempted to step in and just heal him.
Mario suddenly goes, "What's your guy out there doing? He's hitting my fighters. Is this the kind of stuff?"
All right, Jack's gonna pop it. It's like, all right, let's fix this problem. Jack's gonna. He's gonna look around. Let's see, what does he have as a thing to disguise his face with? If that's, let's see, what the hell does he have? He doesn't really have anything. If that's the case, he's probably just gonna put a
Just try and calm Morrow down.
Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, Jack's gonna be like, okay, relax. My guy knows what he's doing. He's just looking at doing.
Alex is just gonna be like,
so then
it's
we
fake
move to-
blood, don't worry.
Yeah. So then we move to. So far, none of this has happened other than him arguing. Alcides, you're up.
Gonna attempt to grapple Doth.
Okay. That's where it gets interesting.
It's a 19 plus 6, that's 25.
Oh. Doth, I think you're on you're
Oh, sorry. I got a total of 10.
Oh no! He's grappling him? Alright.
Yep. And then I'm going to, for my movement, jump out of the ring with Doth.
Oh shoot. I see.
Do I need to make an athletics for that?
I know you can kind of move, but for the sake of flair, and since it's another player, I want you to have to kind of be so Doth gets you can move with him. I guess you're just jumping out. I'm still gonna give, just because there's a player character here, I would only rule it this way. I want to give Doth a chance to fight back if he wants to. So he would get disadvantage. You do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he gets disadvantage though, Doth, because you are grappled. And you will get advantage because you are just walking him towards the edge. And those will just be athletics checks or acrobatics, whichever one is better. So, yep. So it's just one more contest to see if you get him out of there. So the grapple is what helped establish the disadvantage advantage.
Woo. I got a 4 and an 18.
Ah, shit! I got a 17.
Oh,
I mean, that's 18 plus 6, so that's 24.
they're so close. Just for the flair of it, if you want to, I imagine that these guys wouldn't just. I imagine there might be a flare of blows, or like, is there anything you guys want to like add to like what it looks like before you both jump out? If not, then it happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to rip through LCDs to try and get to Hulk so I can finish him off.
Yeah, because the Doth is so frustrated not to be able to grab Hulk one more time.
Have you played Metal Gear Revengeance?
I have. It's been a while, but yes.
When Raiden is just punching the crap out of Senator Armstrong,
Yeah.
he's doing nothing. That's just how CD's walking forward and then just bear hug, jump out.
This could be it. Whatever your it's Madden, right? Or wait, what was the?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, this could be
Coach.
it.
Just call me Coach.
The Fishman, the Triton. I've never seen this guy.
The
in my
flying
life.
fish is the last one in there. Hey, I get my
With
money on
Hulk
it.
Hoglies. So now there's this moment where you guys are just. Hulk is like, come on.
Remember, Trace, you do have a fly speed of 60 feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you could help me with another one of those like fly push moves.
So here's the moment where Atreus, you have to decide: do you stick to the plan, which is he's supposed to win, or do you? And he's still kind of, he's still like right here. Do you stick to the plan where
Atreus, you
he's supposed to
constantly
win,
have that fly speed.
or do you try to, like, try to beat him here?
I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna do the fly push move, but I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna wink at Hulk Hercules, so that he looks like I'm flying by him, and he like grabs me and kind of throws me behind him. So I kind of flub in the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna ask for is a strength-based performance check.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
where so you're gonna use your performance modifier if you even have one, and then your strength. That's what you're gonna roll, and then so Hulk is using, instead of using all his strength, he's also using his charisma, which is really low. So I'm using that as what you need to beat. So for him to like read it, it's weird because he's actually rolling gotta go low so that you match, so that he reads it.
Okay.
So instead of a +5, he gets a +1 to whatever he rolls. So what do you?
I got 19.
He got a 15. So he just as you go kind of flying towards him, he reads it, just like kind of gives you a nod, he grabs you, and you go, and he flings you out the ring, and you kind of go out, and you can hear it you guys have been. What's funny is if only these people are cheering for you for losing, but if only they knew that you've kind of like, you guys have saved the realm a couple times already. You've done more than these people know. You go crashing down, and people are like boo and heckling the flying fish. Yeah, go back to. And he's
The flying fish is now a flounder.
He's doing his thing. Melitus, little song is playing. Doth is probably getting up, might be giving Alcides a stank eye.
Jax is over there just pretending to be like,
Clapping.
what's that?
Marl's like, oh, okay, that guy. You gotta. We'll have to train you guys more, but I think I like what I see. I'd like to go around and just see where everyone's at, headspace, what they're saying, what they're doing, just here in this moment. Anything you want to share at all?
Jax is still pretending to be the manager. Like, that's my guys. You like what you see?
All Calix is thinking about is Asphodel. Like that is the only thing on his mind. He's thinking, this is one step closer to Asphodel. This is one step closer to meeting my god. Kind of thing. He has Jack Atlas, but he's just thinking about Asphodel.
Alcides is thinking about how the extra money from this wrestling tournament could help his brother's tuition for whichever school he feels like would be best in Mellitus. So that's pretty much what he's going to do on the next day, is go around to the different educational institutes for battle strategy and Mellitus and see which one he thinks is the best one for his little brother.
Nice. Anything from Atreus? Anything from?
Yeah, Atreus. He's just he's kind of just watching Hulk Hercules, and he's like looking around at the crowd, like cheering, and he sees like families out there, and he's thinking, I'm so close to my family, I'm so close to home, I can't wait to see them. That's what he's thinking.
Nice. And you guys start this fight right at like they're kind of around dusk or around 6, and so there's still a little bit of sun in the sky, but suddenly these clouds begin to envelop over the arena, and any flames that were flickering, they just like shut out. People are like, Marvel's like, what is this? And it's like, this is part of the show. What's happening? And suddenly, where the entrance, where someone would walk in, there's a same thing as like those explosions that go off, but they're just powdery black smoke. And in walks one returned. It's like golden mask, and then starts to walk down towards the arena, and in his voice speaks, it like booms out like it's being carried by some other power, and it goes, "I have finally found you all. Funny to find you heroes playing like children."
Jack immediately just tries to jump him. Like, oh hell no, this ain't you.
So as you're starting, it's a slow motion, Jack. As you're rushing, Jack's
behind him,
monk feet are starting to move. He's still walking. Okay.
He's teleports behind him and tries to get him in a chokehold. Like, don't you make a move.
You already used your Misty Step, I think.
He doesn't. He did. He rested up.
Jack,
So...
how far can you do it? Because he's up there, so he's about 60 feet away from you.
Okay, so if anything, Jack can probably just run and teleport behind him, and just try and basically secure him. He's got 40 feet of movement.
Can Calyx reach out to him?
To Jack?
Yeah.
What does he say? He's right there. Yeah. So.
Jack's gonna act as security.
Because we're treating this like a role-playing moment more than this is an initiative round.
Does Calyx recognize him?
Talk to each other.
Does Calyx recognize him?
You actually don't. He's like long shrouded, and the way he's speaking, you've never heard another return other than yourself like be able to. It's just something about the movements. It's like someone that knows exactly who they are, just kind of how you know who you are, which means that if this return could be blessed by the gods, could this be another one like him? And
Calyx is going to try and hold on to Jack as much as possible and just say, we need to hear what he says.
Does Jack listen, or does he need to make a check against
you? No, Jack will just be very much on guard. Like, he's gone full on bodyguard mode. Like, if this man makes so much as a twitch against my fighters, against these people have helped me so much, I will lay his ass on the tiles immediately. It's like, all right, fine, Calyx. I swear to God, if he makes one suspicious movement, I will lay his ass harder than you can blink.
If you hand over the mask, then we don't have to fight. And then you hear the people in the crowd like, suddenly the character kind of does this like flamboyant gesture, and you hear like zzz, from those dark clouds, it's like insects. And they're and people start going, ah! It's like running like they're being bitten.
Okay,
and
Jack
the insects are like going into the audience right now. It's almost making the people clear out. Like there's some kind of hornets or bees. It's like insect plague that is rolling throughout the arena. Marvel's like, what is this? Even Marvel runs to the point where right now the only people that kind of, because you guys have been in situations like this, are probably standing your ground momentarily.
Okay, Jack sees this and immediately is like, the hell do you want from us?
He wants the mask, and Calyx is going to drop this guy's self, holding out the mask that says Cosmos on it, and drawing his, and just weapon ready.
Jack immediately sees this, like, okay, screw this, time to fight. And he's going to start running at him to basically try and pin him. He's going to try to do a flying takedown, just straight up flying clothesline him.
And so as you do with the reaction, he just bursts, and just you, because you're the only one, as he bursts into cloud kill. And so, no, it's not Cloud Kill. It is. It's not. It's not. It's insect plate. So
I
the
suppose I can teleport through that.
yeah.
with Misty Step.
No, you just nope.
Oh no!
So you will.
Oh my
You're
God.
says you can't. Suddenly, there's nothing there. You start to. You're just fighting through. I won't even roll damage right now. As Jack is trying to avoid the insects. These dark. You've never seen what they are, and then suddenly the arena starts to crack and burst as these giant scorpions. Two of them
Son of a-
began to climb out, and as people are running out, you can tell that certain people in the crowd are wearing cloaks and they're moving towards the arena, and all of them slowly begin to pull back their hoods, and they're all returned, about 6 of them, as this is all going down. Now I haven't heard what's Doth, Atreus, and Alcides doing, or like here in this moment.
Oof. No armor, no weapons, no shield. Would I be able to smite unarmed? I know you're not officially allowed to do that, but that's about all I got.
I'd have you being prepared to do it, like be prepared to channel Iroas there. Okay, so you're preparing to channel those, channel divine smite, and okay. Anything from it? I'm not trying to force anything out of you, but anything from you got from anyone else?
Yeah. I want to get the giant to give me a hand. I want to topple that column onto the scorpion right there.
Okay.
So are all the wrestlers still present?
No, they normally get out. I'll say that the Giants probably he just fell and he's so big. Like the troll guy had gone out like a round ago, so I remember I described him walking out.
Got it.
The Giant was he came out like seconds before Hope they got finished.
I'm
So yeah, he's still
curious. Are Astro and what's his face still present?
there. You look back and you don't see a Theses. It looks like they've tried to escape.
Okay.
They're probably trying to escape with the people.
Good.
Alcides, can you channel divinity into this column? We'll have the giant knock it over onto the scorpion. Hit him with the radiant damage as well.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to try that now before any combat breaks out.
I mean, technically, without channeling divinity, if I just have a weapon, so if you consider the column an improvised weapon, then yeah, I can smite with it.
I'm improvising a weapon out of a column.
Okay.
Rules as written. It's fair.
And you're using the column to hit the scorpion.
That is correct.
Okay, so make the strike. And is this you making the strike to the column and the column breaking? And then what is Alcides? How is Alcides using? What's happening here? Explain to me the mechanics of it.
So pretty much, So Doth is probably breaking the bottom of the column so it can fall.
Got it. Okay.
And then as it's falling, I'm using the momentum of the pillar to wield it and then drop it on the scorpion.
Oh, I see. He's picking up and hitting. Okay. Got it. So so you're making an athletic strike or a strength check to see if you can break it, right, Doth? Or you're having the giant help you.
I would like to have the giant help me, but I'll do it by myself.
The giant will So the giant will he goes, the guy gives you leverage and starts to leaning on it. He'll give you to get advantage on the strength.
Okay.
Get advantage on the check that you're making.
All right. Advantage. Sweet. 19.
19. So it breaks. It kind of collapses as it starts to. Alcides, you jump into the ring and grab it. The second scorpion is still climbing out of the hole. One of them is coming towards you, and you use all your strength. You feel a little bit of Iroas' touch on you as you go to attack with it. Go ahead.
Oh, beautiful. Nat 20.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm gonna do that as my final second level spell slot.
Okay. And as you're rolling that damage, as you connect with the creature, there is that lightning crashes against as the almost like power radiant light hit the column. It shatters into a million pieces as the scorpion falls over on its back and starts to writhe. The other one's still coming out. The the other return closing in, and when that crash hits, you all kind of look up to the heavens where that black cloud is parting, and you can see the sun just shining, and you all know, you just know you're in the presence of Heliot. And then there's a shadow, like seems like it could be like almost like the clouds are making the outline of a man, and the clouds behind him are Iroas. And then what's sitting in the arena where the scorpion collapsed back is all of your gear, like all, and it's like has a radiant glow as we like push in on all of it there and crash to black and end tonight's session. So we'll pick up from there.
There's so many questions.
Before we end it, that was 31 radiant damage.
31. All right, let me pick the note so I have it because it
And
still would be
whatever
alive.
damage you want to assign to the pillar.
Yep.
Well, that was an interesting episode. Kind of sidelined myself with that one.
Yeah, definitely part filler, part some stuff where we're going, but it was
Everyone
good.
else had a good
It was
time.
like, yeah, good time.
I
Like,
didn't exactly have much. I'm a monk, single target, full on combat. I didn't exactly
I thought
have
you would be in
much
the fight, if anything.
You know, if
Yeah, I
anything,
thought there was going to
kinda
be more
screwed
people in the
myself.
ring.
I thought
Yeah.
you'd just be like stunning people.
I need weapons to stun people. I can't just stunning strike.
No,
I
you
need-
can stun strike with your
Really?
fists. Yeah.
No, it says when I hit with a melee attack. Melee
Yeah,
weapon.
Yeah,
Melee
melee
attack
attack.
includes
Your,
your
your
fist.
fist is a
Really?
melee attack. Mhm.
Okay.
So
No,
So
but
you
yeah, no, I
said
kinda screwed
33
myself when-
damage.
31 damage
31.
radiant.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
whatever
I'll admit-
dice you want to assign as the improvised weapon of the pillar.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll admit I kind of screwed myself when I pawned myself off as the manager.
yeah.
I was initially full on down to just go and
Yeah.
wrestle, but I kind of screwed myself when I'm like,
Yeah,
I
it would have
am
gone if everyone
manager.
had done that. I know I could have probably started with a bunch of people in the arena, but I remember how like they used to do it is like it would be like 2 people in the arena and then 3, and like every like minute somebody else would run in and it would start becoming more, but he'd be throwing people over as people get in, but kind of hard to replicate in D&D.
Yeah.
Take it. But yeah, it was still fun.
Atreus's last thoughts as everything was going down was oh man, I don't think we're getting paid.
Actually,
Maybe if
I
we put on a
believe
good show and protect the arena.
Yeah.
I thought we put a bet on because we knew Hulk was going to win.
We did put
Did-
bets. I thought
did we
just
get
kinda
that?
went.
I didn't get a
Gotcha.
chance to do that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You will. I
Well-
mean, I think you'll still be fairly getting paid, you know, and paid more for letting Hulk win. And there's a good chance that now you're help saving this arena. Yeah,
If we can.
if we can.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, this
Jumping
is
into the
really
fray.
just to have another return that is like Calyx piques so many curiosity, piques so many interests. I don't recognize any of them, do I?
no,
Okay.
I'm slowly trying to get to some reveals of the story, but we're just like we're getting there a little bit at a time, based on the directions that we're going. Because yeah, they're not railroading you guys at all, so we're just kind of like we're just going everywhere. If you watch some of the other D&D Theros games, you would know who this character kind of is. It's because it is a reoccurring villain so far, but for you all, it's your first time, you know, meeting this return. Yeah, so
I want to know who this is, and I kind of want to re-watch all of the videos. but
don't do it.
Time.
It's not worth it.
I don't have enough time.
Not worth it. Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, I was so just so you know, I'm not pulling it out of my ass. This is like this character's actually showed up in every other game but your game. So this is the first time you guys have
Okay.
met this one. So
I guess what's the timeline of the events? When did he technically first show up chronologically? Like, are we the first ones to meet this guy, or has he met the other parties before?
no, he's met
We
the
don't
other
know.
guys before. Yeah, you don't know that, but yeah, he's met.
Yeah.
God, I
Was I
I
right
got
with
stuff to do. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, good playing with you. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming in.
Good
James.
game, guys.
Good
yeah,
game.
definitely,
GG.
definitely.
Interesting game. A little more wacky ones. I didn't think anybody wanted to do Hulk Hogan's ever again, but you guys keep like saying, "Let's go do."
Yeah, no, I had a package of them.
characters.
I'm like, oh, a wrestling tournament.
It's gosh darn Hulk Hercules. Come on. Like,
Like the moment you brought up the wrestling,
It
I'm
was
like,
literally
oh
a
shit, I
throwaway
could
joke
win
in
this
one of the-
thing.
Well-
Like the moment you brought it up, I'm like, oh shit, I
Well,
could
okay,
win this thing.
you understand now that Calyx, his default form now, is going to be Hulk
Hulk
Hercules.
Hercules.
And people
Yeah.
will just be very confused, like Hulk Hercules is gonna be traveling on a bunch of adventures.
Yeah, my home group had kind of come across him and saw people like getting autographs from him and loved the character and was like start talking him up. And then they met some kids who were sneaking in at night to go into Morrow's Arena, and the Morrow's Arena had got shut down, and it had been shut down because one of the wrestlers died. I forget his name, but the wrestler died, and he pretty much was kind of like, I didn't really call him but he was kind of like the Undertaker, but he kept, so that his Ideolon was haunting the place and was showing up
Oh,
and
that's sick.
attacking people, and it was no longer safe, so they had to shut the arena down, so they had to go in there at night and fight him. And his character was directly connected in some ways to Erebos, so that was like kind of loosely where they first met Hulk Hercules. And then I just brought him to yours because he was looking for a new outfit, and you're supposed to bring that to him. So yeah, and that was really just kind of a side quest thing, but but this character thing is more connected to the grander scheme of things.
Well, here's hoping I get some action next session.
I was trying to find a way to
You
just
shouldn't
get
burn
you
any
in.
I screwed myself over on that because
Like,
the thing is with
Brian,
Jack
you
is he doesn't really have many.
You want to be a manager so bad. I was like,
Yeah.
you
I'm like,
got a
okay,
lot of
like
role playing in this game.
a role like that is perfect for Calyx, but if
Yes, it was
like,
flip-flop.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah,
Jack's much more of a conversation / punching people rather than just
Well,
yeah,
you establish your shop,
sure.
you establish some areas, some ways to make
Yeah.
more money to
and
possibly
also
make.
Hulk Hercules should have plugged that, right?
I would imagine
Oh,
he
no,
probably
he
would have
didn't-
plugged it at
He
the
didn't
end.
have to actually, because I dropped concentration to cast Fly on. Because suggestion is concentration.
Yeah.
I imagine that you guys do this and then you're going to get plenty of there'll be plenty of people plugging you, period, because this is one of those situations where regardless of Morrow's Arena, you come out of this with people in Meltis knowing exactly who you are, because
Okay.
Yeah.
everybody's going to say they saw
The
you guys fight.
legendary Jack Atlas and his mighty squad of wrestlers.
If you keep thinking that, but
Yeah. I mean, if he could promote the shit out of it, Jack would.
Oh man, because this is the kind of the moment where like you said, where all the other times, people are still clearing out, so there's still people there. There's still people going to say they saw it, and a lot can
The
happen in a
Atlas
few seconds. So
Association and their mighty warriors.
this will be the first time where people see this party fight for the gods, and in front of where you can literally become champions. I think, and I think you are that for the TEF most people, but they're a little farther removed, and so it's going to take more time for that legend. But once those legends start connecting, it's like, oh, that happened there too, and then they're the ones who fixed the sun mirror. Then that kind of, you start building your renown that way.
I mean,
think.
in theory, through Jack's trade routes, he could spread the word at the party if he sets
He
up
could.
some trade routes.
Yeah, but I think the stuff spreads best by word of mouth and by the actual story. So Jack is marketing himself, but it's another thing to be marketing your business and Atlas, and it's another thing to just people to know that, oh, there's this group of badass, like whatever they
And
call
one
themselves.
of them runs this
Fleecemayne
really cool
line.
shop.
Because the party calls itself Fleecemayne Line Company, which you said is clearly separate. So if the Fleecemayne Line Company blows up for saving Meltis, it's not going to be Atlas. It's going to be Fleecemayne Line Company.
If anything,
That's true.
I think Jack. Yeah, that's a good point. If the Fleecemayne Line Company is still going to be a thing, like Jack wants to make sure he's buddies with them.
I think it'll be all right. Cool.
Still find it funny how we somehow have
guess.
two businesses in the party.
Call it a night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks.
Wait,
Doug.
again,
Dolph, before
appreciate
you
it.
leave, when you
Oh.
said that you wanted to meet a cute girl, I was like, in the game, I'm just like, I'm so bad want Calyx to Bugs Bunny him. I was just like, I sent Malcolm a DM. I was
Oh,
like,
I've got like anti-calyx measures up the wazoo already. So.
oh please,
Yeah,
if you do it, tell me.
I'm just like wandering around, randomly casting. I don't know, like, turn on dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so nervous
just
about
that.
that.
He's just like, oh, like in the audience, in the crowd, he's like, turn on dead. And Calyx is just walks.
I imagine that's just like a funny bone hitting every. That's the best
It's
way.
like whichever dude the crowd just turns away. It's like, yep, there it was.
Just like looks like it's about to scream in pain. Like, oh, that's Calyx.
He like turns into Nosferatu, like.
No, I think I've established Doth is completely distrustful, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Calyx is going to very much try and trick you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But just be aware there are consequences to your actions, and there will be consequences to your actions, which I'm sure you'll take. But just be aware that they will have consequences.
Gladly. Yeah. So.
All right.
Oh, well, yeah, good game, everyone.
Good night, Rick. Have a good one. Bye. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no. Yeah, that was funny. That was
no, definitely.
more of a lighthearted episode.
Yeah, with a very, very heavy. Just when you say return, it's just like my ears perk up, and it's like.
Yeah, hopefully this will start to establish some kind of like bigger things that are going on in the world, and then kind of lead us down some more of a concrete path. Because I know, I think certain players are looking for less antics. Like I think, for example, Rick is looking for more. I took his, and I could be wrong. I kind of talked to him about it, but I took him talking about how Doth is like, where is this leading to? As him kind of also Rick maybe also sharing like, what are we doing? Like, what is the point? So, and I think some people were like,
for now we're just kind of bouncing around destination to destination. We've we kind of completed our one big task at the moment, which was find this magic tree, deal with whatever the hell's causing it, and now we just kind of got two little objectives of. Well, I guess to
help you between now and next game, to help you make some connections where you do because I know we haven't talked about it in a long time, but you do remember the ladies talked about this this group or this entity called the Scorpion, and that the Scorpion has sent the Medusa and the Leonins to kill you the first time and to take the mask. That never happened, and then they lost you, and then they lost track of you as you guys traveled up to the mountains. You went to Orescos.
Scorpions attacking.
So I think it's safe to assume with giant scorpions crawling on the stage that this might be that scorpion, because the first thing they did is ask for the mask.
The Cosmos mask they have.
Yep.
Okay, I was right. All right.
Yeah. So it's connected to that. So you're not. I don't want you to feel completely lost, but it does require you to kind of remember some of the loose ends, some of the. So I probably could do a better job.
Present for that session, so I have no idea.
So I'll have to remind myself to recap that, or like kind of bring that full circle. Like, okay, remember this guy.
Bring up because I brought out the mask. Like
yes, so we gotta just recap
make a point of that. How all of the returned are looking for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
did we ever figure out why they wanted
to bring out the mask in the first place? I mean, wouldn't it have been better to just hide it and just play dumb? Like,
well, a good way to know why. Well, remember, you helped. So the Cosmos mask.
Well, that was the key to Phoenix, so they're looking to do that.
The Idiolon, who no longer talks to you anymore, but if I imagine just kind of evaporated and went on his own. But that Idiolon shared with you, because that was Cosmos when the separate part of them, that everything that he learned in the underworld, he gave to you on the mask. He told you you learned some of the stuff that Phoenix doesn't know about himself. Phoenix is trying to get you to deliver his mask, so he gets his information.
Got it.
These guys want the mask, and just because they're returned doesn't mean they worship Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea what.
That's why I
assume. We know is he seemed very keen on taking this mask.
It all loosely makes sense, but I know it is. It just seems very random. Like, well, these random shit's happening, but they kind of in grand scheme are kind of all connected.
It's gonna be a perfect twist because they all make sense.
Yeah.
But then once we.
You just don't know.
I think I have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, if this group just sort of talked to us, I think we'd be, at least Jack would be much more open to be like, okay, stop attacking us and we can work out some sort of deal. But I mean, for now.
Nobody's gonna. Anyways.
I'm gonna give you guys Helliot Piety. But if you have Phoenix, or you cannot accept if you are Phoenix or Eros. But anyone else can. So it will be I'm gonna give 2 Helliot Piety in this game to anyone who can accept it. you're about to defend Phoenix. Sounds like so. You'll get one for now for this one.
Yeah.
because he
I
wasn't
was
on
like
this episode.
one for the few. I
Yeah.
did straight up lie a lot.
Yeah, you did actually lie a lot. So where are you at right now on Phoenix Piety? You're at
I'm at. Let's see, I'm at 11. Next one would be 25.
25. Okay, I'll give you 2.
Okay.
And then
I was
Haley.
gonna say,
And then I'll give anyone with I'll give so anyone else I'll also give the entire party can also because Irois, the fact that you're on the Phoenix team doesn't really care if you do victory, if you do things that save people, he'll actually dish it out. So but I'm only gonna give 1 Irois to anyone who's willing to take this game. And then we'll leave it at that. So Haley, it's his first time. Haley's kind of coming into the thing, so I think that'll be good for Alcides. Other stuff to go over. Next time is the Scorpion took 33 damage. And
Whatever the hell that swarm does to
bring
me.
up let me
It sucks because I got no AoE
give
stuff.
Jack Insect Plague damage.
Good. Yeah, I've got 0 AoE stuff. No D-spell, no nothing. I can just punch myself.
Actually, might as well do it now so we don't forget. Let's see.
can we say that the time between the fight or between the time that I cast suggestion on Hulk Hercules and between the fight, it was an hour because then I would just to get 1 spell slot at least.
Yeah, that's fine because it was more than an hour.
Yeah.
I guess how much am I taking?
mm,
Or I guess what exactly happens to me next session?
You give me a Constitution saving throw.
Can't save. Oh goody, I got a +1. Yeah, that's not saving me. That's a 7.
Ooh, so you gotta give me a
Oh goody.
4d10
Oh,
piercing damage.
Jesus hell! I think I might go down.
I was like, why is he doing that? I was like Calix was trying to hold you back.
Yeah, I
I
was like,
jumped the gun. Jack tried to be a cool manager, like full on bodyguard, like let's get some action. But
Wow,
Gotta
that is
jump
the
the gun.
low. That's a pretty. But I rolled really low. Rolled a 2, a 3, and an 8, so only 15 damage.
I don't care. That's half my
Yeah,
health.
I know it's still pretty. It just could have been a lot worse. It could have, it's.
Yeah, I realized like holy
Um,
shit, max damage is 40. That's like all my health.
Oh man, so yeah,
God.
so Calix should have taken. Calix, Jack takes 15.
Got it. Yeah.
We're all
18.
set.
I'm healing next round.
And I have not figured out what the next game is going to be. I know you guys haven't seen me post them. I just let me get through Thanksgiving, and by the end of the week, I'll post what games are going to look like because
Absolutely.
yeah, no problem.
I need the week to kind of refresh my brain anyway and look at notes and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
But this was definitely a wacky but fun episode. I
I'm
feel like this is
glad
like a filler anime episode, but
I'm glad
yeah.
you lot had fun. I just kind of sidetracked.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, Jack. You took over I'll be honest. As a player, Shay, I will say, while you didn't roll a lot of dice, you kind of took most of the first like hour and a half of the game.
Yeah, I know.
So, because I mean, we kind of leaned into your story. We established your shop. We added a couple characters.
I guess I got some action.
You did get some of that, and then everybody else got to fight on the tail end.
Yeah, no, I guess
you could have jumped in there anytime. I was like, because
I
here's
just
the thing.
felt like I'm the manager. There was no planned script for me. What the guy probably would have been pissed if I jumped into the ring.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, you could have also. I was also waiting for you to do more because since you have been playing up your charisma the whole game and being a face, I thought you might be talking or having conversation with Mara or going back and forth. That kind of stuff.
That was a good point.
Those kind of things, as I thought.
I just kind of like, that was a good. Damn, you're right.
That's what I was still saying because Atreus was doing that. Like on his turn, he was just like, he was casting support spells, and you don't really have a lot of those. Like,
no. See,
but,
that is a really good point that I wish I would have thought of.
Yeah. So. But overall, hey, stuff it happens. You can have games like that. You can have games where you spend most of the game in making death saves. So it can happen.
I still remember
you kind of committed to the character.
I still remember that one time one of my characters got bombed into oblivion, died, and then got used as a cushion, and then just got bombed into oblivion. Fun times. Oh, but yeah,
Yeah,
no, great
I'm-
game, and yeah, see you a lot later.
All right, see ya.
Better check.
I'm really interested on where this is heading. It's like I don't know
I
the
am
fact
too.
that we're heading. What's up?
Oh, I am too. I'm excited about
Yeah.
you guys kind of finding more, hopefully getting more of the hook of the overall story.
And
And
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get us
Yeah.
on this in this general direction. I feel like this will be the thing that's like, oh yeah, this is serious.
yeah,
That
yeah,
there are worse evils to follow rather than Calyx. Like
Yeah.
kind of, it's like, okay, we could either be fighting this thing or listening to this guy.
right. Yeah,
And yeah,
I get that.
But I definitely
yeah.
have.
Hopefully, this is the fight that puts you in the party's good graces because it allows them to see like maybe Phoenix isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
What could I do to make it really seem like, oh, this is like,
I'm literally gonna have to make this next one almost come off where it's not even you, where it's like, okay, the mission almost is better to go on because maybe you going to Asphodel also leads to, because I don't necessarily need you to go to Asphodel, but it is a kind of a part of your mission. But I wonder if I can do something to show everyone that going to Asphodel or going that route in the story doesn't just benefit you. I think that's the problem right now. Everybody thinks it just benefits you. And I think you have to be honest or okay, today, like I think no one trusts Calyx, and that's the problem with him trying to be honest and saying there's treasure at the end of the world. There's all this stuff.
oh, I thought that was a lie.
It is and it is. So it's funny is that no. That's what's funny. I knew you were lying.
Yeah, I rolled deception.
But you also weren't. You were.
I thought I was lying.
Yeah, like so Calyx
That's great.
thinks he's lying, but the truth is there actually is plenty of treasure to be had at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that was kind of funny when he was saying that.
That's really funny. I was gonna like DM you. I was like, I know I'm lying through my teeth right here.
Oh no, I do.
I
I was like, because I know you don't want to tell them that Calyx, because you know Calyx wants to bring the Titans back.
Yeah.
And that's gonna sound like a bad guy move, and no one's gonna go with
well,
that.
okay. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, well, Calyx just said he was gonna bring the Titans back. He never said that he would attempt to defeat him either, or if they brought it back.
Yeah.
So like maybe working with Doth with this, if maybe something would bring Calyx like sanity.
Right.
That he's like, oh yeah, no, this is a bad idea. Blindly listening to someone. So you should have a backup plan.
So are you saying that you think that maybe Calyx is looking at it as whatever reason that Phoenix has for bringing these Titans back, it's not to destroy the world. It has to, maybe they have to be brought back to put things in some kind of balance or for them to be defeated? Like,
so it's like kind of like how in like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like it's foretold that he's going to bring them back. That's going to happen no matter what.
Right.
Being ready for that and then causing it to happen so that it doesn't have the same effect.
It doesn't have the same ramification. Yeah, I can see that. And like causing it and like almost like doing it on your terms and being prepared for it is worse than like it just coming. I could see that. Yeah. I don't know. This is I do notice there are some. I've been trying. This is me and you. I'm actually talking really honestly here. Actually.
Yeah, no, this is like as a player, I would not play like. No, as a player, I'm not playing like, oh, I want Doth to build a creation that's going to defeat the Titans.
Right.
Calyx isn't aiming for that. Calyx despises Doth at this point, but as a player, I love his character.
Yeah, and I think so. It's always tricky because you've got that deceptive character that a few people are going to have a hard time trusting, no matter what. And so I think part of your character is really good, and then part of your character is also keeping the party from kind of completely gelling. So I'm trying to figure out how to get past that without leaning too hard on your character, but to also show that I'm not leaning on your character. Your character just has a piece of the puzzle of the overall story, and it could be a good place to start there. So that's all I think I'm ever trying to do. But at the same time, I made this campaign so people go wherever they want. So it's like, you want to go to Melges? Go hang out at Melges, you know? So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead
Doesn't
and
it get
stop.
frustrating